the entry from the QR code at participating outlets for your chance to win a Michelob Ultra grand prize of 2 tickets to the June 29th, 2024 Copa America game in Orlando, where Canada and Chile will compete. Michelob Ultra is a proud sponsor of CONMEBOL Copa America. Must be 21 or older to enter. Please drink responsibly.
MD Hearing just made their Neo rechargeable digital hearing aids only $297 a pair. That's over 90% less than clinic hearing aids. The Neo actually fits inside your ear. No one will even know it's there. Get the hearing you deserve with MD Hearing. Go to shopmdhearing.com and use promo code RUSS to get their new $297 when you buy a pair offer. Plus, they're adding in a free extra charging case. That's a $100 value just for listeners of the Monsters of the Morning. That's mdhearing.com and use promo code RUSS and get their new $297 when you pair offer.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassy's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassy's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassy's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I bought one bottle of Herm. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it, and I had a balding spot on the crown, and I don't have that bald spot anymore. So I know it's working for me. I can definitely tell a difference. And my barber said your hair seems thicker. I have fine hair, but it's just thicker. It's kind of gradual, but like I said, I've only had one bottle.
Fantastic results, Mark. Herm can absolutely regrow your hair. Made for both men and women and all hair types, Herm treats receding hairlines, the crown of the head, and thinning hair. Herm has proven to be as effective as minoxidil, but without harsh chemicals, no side effects, and provides long-lasting results. For a natural solution to regrow thicker, healthier hair, go to greatlifenow.com and see how you can get a free bottle of Herm today. That's greatlifenow.com. greatlifenow.com. greatlifenow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeart Media, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. Lots to get to today. From back to space, baby. to power bills hitting record prices over AC use, and cicadas are getting STDs and turning into zombies. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch this show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Good. How the heck are you?
Yo, I watched the launch. I watched the launch a little bit there.
I apparently was speeding right by it. Was it cool?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. Everybody complained because that's what people do now.
Good,
and the live chat is hilarious to me because it's all the predictable people. You know, it's all like people who are angry. People go, there's no live speedometer on this? Barely worth watching. They'll say, well, there's no status bar indicator of where we're at in the launch process right now.
Jesus, I thought you guys were space people.
What the hell?
That's why we can't have nice things.
I mean, I get it. SpaceX does a lot of different things and cool things with their launch, but
SpaceX spoiled them. Is what's going on here.
Yeah, they're watching it. They're like, we can't even see the exact altitude to an exact inch right now. This is really lame right now.
Whoever, how old are these people? Because show them what it looked like when the Atlantis went up.
Right,
the Columbia, the Challenger.
They were filming that son of a bitch from the ground. Right?
Challenger, a bit of a fireworks display, yeah?
Yeah. There might have been some issues with that. There could have been. But here's how it went for those of you who missed the Boeing Starliner crew flight test launch. They're going up to the International Space Station. This gives them 2 ways to get up there, which is good, right? You got SpaceX can take them up. And now the Boeing Starliner. So far, so good. Here we go. Let's see.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
These are
4,
some fast seconds.
3,
Very.
2,
1.
Boom!
Ignition.
I thought it blew up for a second.
Same here.
And liftoff of Starliner and Atlas V.
Giant dong.
It does look like a penis, man.
Yeah. It's like Naked Gun right there.
It's
or Austin
incredible,
Powers. A lot of people are like, yo, did Dr. Evil design this thing?
It looks like a Hitachi Magic one.
It does. Look at that thing go. I mean, very impressive what we humans can do. I don't cease to be impressed by us being able to launch people into space all these years later.
Man.
Commander Butch Wilmer there.
I'm sorry, Commander Bitch
Calling
Boomer?
down to Mission Control.
Butch Boomer.
That the spacecraft has begun rolling into the right attitude for its ascent. The guidance, navigation, and control officer here in the room.
He's got a nice calming voice.
Looks
There we
like
go.
They've pooped their pants a little bit. And
Yeah, if I were in this thing, I would just be like, it would be a mess. But a good-looking launch, and there they go off into the next frontier or whatever they call it. You know, Spaceville, population, whomever. And
so interesting because we're obviously where we broadcast from. We get to see launches all the time, and local news covers it. But here I am looking at CNN, and they're covering it too. So the whole world watches.
Yeah. Everybody peeks in to watch these launches and is interested in them, and sort of it's one way for everybody to kind of come together and celebrate on human accomplishments, which I'm glad that we could still do that, even though there are the people bitching in the YouTube chat and everybody's arguing over what feature is not there. And why are there no inside live shots of the astronauts reacting to the space launch right now?
I mean, do you guys even care?
I know. It's like so spoiled, like C-Lane said. It's so spoiled. Like the amount of work and technology that goes into this.
Yeah, but somewhere Elon Musk is watching that going,
losers. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And a lot of people drew attention to this clip over the last 24 hours or so. I would say it's fairly popular on social media as people start judging, and we'll judge too a little bit.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
That one there, and it's Tiger Woods. And Tiger Woods is at some charity event that he was throwing with a ragtag crew of people. He's got Ninja. that Fortnite streamer guy, Ninja.
Still doing it?
He's still out there, yep. He's got, what's his name? Phil.
PewDiePie. Okay.
No, he's a poker player.
Mickelson?
No, that's a golf player.
You're damn right.
Phil Ace.
Phil Hellmuth is the poker player that he's with. And he's got all these people, and they're at this big charity event. And everybody's like, seriously. And they're like posting this with an earnesty. They're saying, seriously, can somebody in Tiger Woods, in his inner circle, help him out and get to him? He just looks like a total mess. And, I mean, his face looks kind of like he's high out of his mind. But he doesn't sound that bad. I don't know what's going on here.
I'll tell you, it is the pendulum swinging. The Tiger Woods pendulum. It is always, this is the part where it's like, oh, something's going on with Tiger.
Yeah.
And it's going to blow up, and then it's going to be back swinging on the, he's better now, and now he's going to really kill it in the golf game, and things are great for him.
He's going to reinvigorate his career, and all of his prowess will return. And
how old is he now?
Well, look that up. Tiger Woods' age, 49, 50? He's got to be up there.
48.
No, 48 years old. Tell me if you think he seems completely out of his mind, because people are genuinely like, we're worried about it. We need to get his family in.
Hello, it's Tiger Woods. Oh, hello, it's Ninja. A ninja and a tiger. I'm so proud of Tiger. At the TGR Foundation, we're doing the Tigers Poker Night. We're going to raise $1 million, maybe $2 million. It's a really, really nice event. Tiger, I'm so proud of you. What's your favorite moment with TGR? You've raised like $100 million for people. I think it's
like he's like biting his lip, and he kind of looks a little out of
Not
it.
a great angle, but that's why you don't do selfie
It's not
videos.
good lighting. It's got
There's not a lot going in his favor here. The camera's held weird. The lighting is weird. His speaking, though, let's listen to that.
Stories that the kids come back and tell. First generations ever go to college. Parents said you never go to college. Grandparents said you never go to college. It's useless. And all of a sudden they're in college, flourishing, going to Stanford, Harvard, MIT, Yale, going to amazing places, doing amazing things.
I don't think it's that bad.
He might have a buzz going.
He might have just gone to his event. He had like a couple of cocktails or something, and then they throw a camera in front of him. He's like, kids are doing amazing things and going to Harvard.
There, right? I think. I don't know if you saw the clip of me introducing what band was it? Less Than Drunk?
Oh, who was?
You guys ready for the greatest floor band of all time?
Did you throw out lottery tickets to him?
I threw.
Attempt was made.
Yeah,
I threw them, and then they went up and rained down right in front of my feet. So
right.
I said, security guard, can you pass this back, please? Thank you so much. Goodbye.
There's a lot of people saying he looks like he's high, he looks out of his mind. Russell says he sounds fine. I think it just seems like maybe he's just having a night at his event. Like he had a couple of drinks, and then he's doing this little impromptu interview. And mind you, these are always so awkward. Everybody thinks like Tiger Woods is sitting here ready and prepared for any camera that comes across. But when somebody just thrusts a camera on you and they're like, oh, what a great event. Tell us about your event. You're like,
Mind you, not a cameraman and someone with a microphone. It's like if you, I'm here, I'm doing a selfie video right now, and now I'm telling you to look right at my camera at yourself and answer my question. Then I'm going to go back to me right now. Like, it's just so weird.
I don't think it's that bad. Is he out of it a little bit? Maybe, but I think like sometimes people are looking for anything like this, and they want to go, look, it's just like when he got his DUI or when he was pulled over, the police had him do the
Parents
roadside
tell you
test.
you're not going to college. Grandparents tell you you're not going to college, and then you go to college, you flourish, man. Yeah.
Angel on YouTube says, dude is entitled to enjoy himself in an event. I would think he would be. Arnott says, Martin Lawrence is shot out looking in an interview with he and Will Smith. Celebrities be getting all effed up. I saw the Martin Lawrence thing too, and he's like, look, I'm fine. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think maybe we look at this and we see something a little bit different, and it's in like one interview, and we take a lot from that. But who knows? I think that this doesn't seem that bad to me to warrant some of the posts, which like here's a sincere post from Tea Times. Can we be real for a second here? Is there nobody close enough to him in his camp that can step in and get him some real help? Somebody in his family, anybody. No one wants to see him like this. It sucks. And I think, do you know how many videos of me would prompt you to respond? That's like, can we get somebody to help Sean out? And I'm like, I'm just having a good time. I'm fine over here.
He hasn't even had a drink yet.
No, maybe
up here.
If there's a camera in front of my face, I've probably had at least one or two. One would think.
There's a camera in front of your face right now.
Oh, that's true. I'm not drinking now, though.
Dare you to take an Everclear shot.
Oh, God. I don't know if I could do that physically anymore. I think I've lost the abilities. My power meter is going down, drinking-wise. I feel it.
Pussy.
Last night, I didn't drink. And I took the night off from drinking, and it took me until 3:45 in the morning to go to sleep.
What? Party time.
Yeah.
What were you drinking caffeine?
No, not at all. No, I when I don't drink, I
masturbate a lot.
No, I just replace it with something else. So,
blazing up, bro.
No, I had the sleepy gummy things, and those really, really, really help. Otherwise, I wouldn't have slept at all last night. The sleepy gummies really help. I got to take them earlier, though.
3:45.
It might have been closer to 3, but what I did
no, big difference.
Well, what I did was it was about 12:30, which is when we usually lay down, and we weren't feeling tired on account of the no drinks. So we just sat there and watched a couple more episodes of Impractical Jokers to try to get more tired. And then it becomes like 1:30, then I'm kicking around for a while, trying to go to sleep and watching The Office. On and on it goes. But, still feel like I got a good sleep somehow. I don't know. This somehow worked out for me.
Complete opposite. I went to a birthday dinner over at Kobe, and
oh boy,
gotta tell you, that place is it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But then you realize you're going home with enough food for the next 1.5 weeks.
Unless you don't, and then you feel a certain way.
I got to argue too much. Too much. There's so much. They keep putting it on your plate.
He couldn't fit anything else on my plate. I was like, what are you doing? I had 4 cubes of filet mignon. I was like, pack it away, sir. Thank you so much.
And then Courtney likes the white sauce that they have, and the guy mocks her every time we go. Like, oh, that white sauce. She really like a white sauce. And over, trying to draw attention to it. That's what he sounds like. It's accurate representation, I think.
We'll see.
Okay, we are no. Leave that there. Cutting room floor. Cutting room floor. All right, when we come back, we got to talk about a whole bunch of different things, including things are getting more and more expensive for you. But is there a way to cut through on your power bill? Maybe a secret, a pro tip? And we'll go into the Hunter Biden trial. Today is going to be an insane day in this trial because of some of the drama that's coming up and some of the very surprised people that are testifying. What's happening with this? Is it all fair? What's going on? We'll get into all that and a whole lot more on a very busy Wednesday. Plus, friends, Fritz on the Street is on the way.
Going down.
That's right. Just a couple hours. That's coming up, too. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Traveling on I-4, you can expect your regular delays before Champions Gate between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 429. On State Road 429, there's delays northbound approaching Florida's Turnpike's Ramp Junction, and there's off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Sand Lake Road westbound at Dr. Phillips Boulevard. Travel with caution. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better," unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeart Radio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
A weekend full of superstar performances this September.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 14th.
But starting June 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet?
I love playing pranks on my sister, and this deal going on at McDonald's is my chance to take the lead. Enjoy any 2 items for $3.79. From the iconic McDouble, the McChicken, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, to even a small soft drink. I'm gonna pair my McDouble with her small fries, but secretly pull her fries out of the bag. She won't even notice. Hey, where'd the fries go? Sounds like my prank just got fried. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's frozen drinks. I call them air cup-ditioners. Air cup-ditioners come in all my fave flavors, like frozen Coke, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and frozen Sprite Limonade. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.49 after breakfast hours. My air cup-ditioner is on full blast. There are drinks. And there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Limonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
It's been said that good fences make good neighbors. Your friends at Fence Outlet couldn't agree more. Whatever style, whatever color, just share your ideas. And your friends at Fence Outlet will have the right application for you. For quality fences at the best prices, go to fenceoutlet.com.
License number C10252 and C10803.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Each morning across Florida, hundreds of Duke Energy line workers start each day with one thing on our minds: making the grid stronger and more reliable for you. To us, it's about more than keeping the lights on. It's about being more efficient to help lower costs for our customers. It's more than a job, it's a commitment to building a smarter, more reliable energy future for Florida. Find out more at duke-energy.com/FLFuture. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
iHeartRadio celebrates the Tony Awards Sunday, June 16 on iHeartRadio Broadway, the greatest songs of musical theater.
Alexander Hamilton.
Go backstage with Broadway's biggest stars. Hear the stories behind the shows and commercial-free Broadway hits 24/7. Plus, check out exclusive interviews with this year's Tony Awards nominees. iHeartRadio Broadway, one of over 100 commercial-free stations on the iHeart app. Just search iHeartRadio Broadway and start listening.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
We appreciate you. We could not do it without you. And we hope that if you've been listening to this show for a day, a week, or a year, maybe even way longer than that, maybe you go way back and you've never interacted with us, make today the day you do that, right? If you send an email, that's fine. Send a dispatch, that's cool too. By the way, you can send those in using a username, so we don't have to say your name on air. You control your username when you sign up for your free account over on thenewsjunkie.com. So, you can go buy whatever you'd like if you want to do that. Right now, hot as hell outside. Nobody questioning that. It's been very, very hot.
Stupid.
I'm fighting now. It's like, this is my old man battle. I'm like, the grass is getting singed, and I got to put on different zones on my sprinklers to try to keep my grass from getting all burned.
Wow, must be nice. I have to sit out there with a hose and hope for the best.
Oh. You don't have sprinklers?
No, I don't have sprinklers.
Oh, man.
There's an irrigation system there, but it was stopped being used in the 80s, it seems.
Oh, really? Okay. Mm-hmm. See, mine
Is it not
works.
something you can, recover?
No. I mean, I'm a renter, remember, so it's only so much of my responsibility.
The landlord is not super interested in replacing the irrigation
I'm certainly going to offer
system.
it. I'm like, let's, how about that grass, huh? Let's do, if not, we could just have all the birds that I've now, I don't know if you saw my latest Instagram story, but I am Snow White of my neighborhood.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing, as opposed to being a dead grass guy, which is embarrassing. You don't want to be that.
As long as the birds are feeding on the grass, no one will notice that it's all dead.
Right now, I'm looking good. Everything's looking good. I think we're in pretty good shape, but it's a ongoing battle because it's 18 kabillion degrees outside. Because we got La Nina, we got just a heat wave overall going on across the equator.
We also got the Pinta and the Santa Maria.
All three of them really, truly affecting us at once here. But take a peek this month at your power bill, because a lot of the stories I'm seeing are saying that this could be the most expensive month ever for anybody's power bill on account of the air conditioning use that you're going to be doing this month.
I mean, my last bill was insane.
How much was it, if you don't mind me asking?
$300.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, I mean, I'm when things get real hot, I hit about $700 for the power bill.
God.
And then I go, what can we do? Can we turn something down? I'll be in the house. I'll be cold. I'll be shivering. And Courtney's like, I'm not cold. Feels kind of nice in here. Because she's been outside. She's gone running or something. And she's heated up in the molten hot sun.
Can't do it.
So the power bill goes up and up and up and up. It's mostly your AC. We don't have an efficient AC. And if you just use the AC all the time, it just gets more and more expensive. And then everybody's nickel and diming you, and the power company is no different. They've wanted to get you used to, instead of paying $300 a month, working that up, and charging you $700. That's what everybody wants to do. They want your car bill to be $700. They want your power bill to be $700. They want everything to be this new amount of money that's double what it used to be maybe 10 years ago. And then they want to tell you at the same time, nobody's milking the profits here and there's no inflation at play, right? Nobody's dumb enough to remember this stuff. Or to think this is true, rather. Florida Scratcher on YouTube says, holy hell, Sean, I'll be at 150 on the high end. I don't know. Mine's just how much mine
Florida
is.
Scratcher, you probably only have one air conditioning unit. See, Sean has 2.5.
There's
bigger
some.
house.
Simply Jeremy said, F that. I can keep mine around 150 in the winter, 250 in the summer.
See, this is why we shouldn't have said anything, because now everyone's going to tell us how we're idiots and we're doing it wrong.
What I would want to do over time, when the Tesla Powerwall gets there, is to switch over to a couple of Tesla Powerwalls and charge them up on days like this and run my whole house off of them. But they're not there yet. You know, I am using a little too many kilowatt hours for the Tesla Powerwall.
What would you be charging them up for?
What do you mean? What would I be charging them up for?
What would you be charging them up with? There's a good question.
With solar. Either the tiles, when the tiles get there,
you just
I would
said
do
Tesla
it with that.
Powerwall. You didn't mention the solar part. I was like,
no,
if he charges the thing, doesn't he know?
The whole system, the whole thing. I would get the whole thing with the solar panels and all of that. My dad, when we were growing up in the 80s and 90s, we had solar panels on the house. I'm convinced they didn't do anything, but we had them way back then. We had a big old solar panel on top of the house in the acreage, and they were like, it does something, I assure you, Sean.
Yeah.
Now,
in the 80s and 90s, though, I would guess, and maybe I'm wrong, but the battery technology wasn't there either. So if you had solar,
you couldn't store it.
It might have just been, and this is an option for people right now. Like, they can go solar only during the day. I think Jack might be day solar.
Yeah, and sometimes you can just sell it right back to the power company, too.
Yeah,
you can do it that way. Well, this says, while average heating costs were projected to drop over the winter, Americans aren't likely to be as lucky when it comes to cooling costs this summer. Instead, new predictions say the financial burden of staying cool could reach its highest level in a decade. Between June and September, the average cost of home cooling will be $719. That's the average, friends. You think I'm a crazy person over here. The average cost of home cooling will be $719, up nearly 8% over last year. According to the National Energy Assistance Directors Association and the Center for Energy Poverty and Climate, that would mark the first time total cooling costs have surpassed $700 for folks. And there's like low-income programs and stuff to help some people out, but the middle class continues to get squeezed. Hey, you want $700 for your power bill? What else are you going to do, dummy? You're not going to do anything else. You got no shot at going around this, because the Powerwall system is probably $30,000 or so, depending on how large your house is. And this is average cost at $719, so it could be even more than that. That's super expensive. And it's because we have a slapdash energy system in the United States, and a bunch of dummies are controlling the conversation. Until we can get people back in a serious conversation, as much as folks want to talk about climate change and all this, until we can get people back in a serious conversation about safe, clean nuclear power, safe, clean, cheap nuclear power in this country, we're going to see stuff like this skyrocket more and more.
Listen,
and
Sean,
more.
We can get the conversation going, and it'll never happen, because that means the big man is not making all that money.
Well, the big man still makes money because the power companies still get paid, but not as much. They probably don't like that. They definitely don't like that. But when we look at these companies, they're trying to build either hydroelectric or nuclear, more importantly, and they can't. There's so much red tape. And I've heard no coherent arguments against nuclear power. Literally nobody. They'll say 3 Mile Island, which most people don't understand. They'll say Fukushima, which most people don't understand. They'll say Chernobyl, which most people think is exactly like the HBO series under the same title. And in reality, we could be saving a lot of money instead of paying so much cash. And it would be cleaner, safer, less carbon dioxide going up into the atmosphere, et cetera, et cetera. 719. When's your breaking point? You paying $1,000 a month to keep your AC and your power bill going? People are not going to like this. People are going to vote based on this stuff, too. That's going to be a big issue. There's even stories out like how to properly cool your home with a fan, which sounds stupid, but can be effective if you utilize fans in your house. And to keep a fan running is far less expensive than to run your HVAC system. So I saw one story that said you have two choices. And tell me if you believe this is wrong. Tell me if this wouldn't work for you. With the dispatch over to the newsjunkie.com. The story I saw said you can either have your air conditioning in your house on 72 degrees, which is generally where we're at here, 70 to 72 degrees. So you can either have your AC on 72 degrees, or they argue you can have it on 80 degrees with a fan, and you'll feel the same exact way inside your house.
Don't believe it.
According to these folks.
No way.
80 degrees, they say. An 80-degree room with fans has no difference. You feel just as cool as a 72-degree room with AC and no fans. That's what their claim is in this study.
I have dealt with that recently, and I can say that study is full of crap because I have my house at cold because it is hot.
Right.
And
yours leaks a little bit of AC, I think, right?
Leaks? No, it did. But that was fixed.
No, when I say that, I don't mean like leaking Freon out of the system. I mean like your windows might be a little bit older, and so you might have the AC on 72, but it's definitely not 72 inside the house. That's what I'm talking about.
Certain rooms, are also very cold versus like my bedroom where I'm sweating my ass off all the time. But then I go down to Miami this couple weekends ago, and my psycho father leaves it at 78 degrees.
Oh, no. No.
I go to their AC and I'm like, this is insane. I pump it down, but it's a smart AC,
Oh, I knew it.
So he goes back on his phone. No, it's some other digital thing that he found on eBay, I'm sure. But it goes back on his phone and pumps it back up.
He has one with like climate control, temperature control, and he can like make sure it's eco-friendly.
Knowing Sabrina's father, he has a Mest.
Whatever, dude. Either way, I'm like, this is insane that you guys live this way. And it's like, oh, it's just, we're fine with it. I'm like, you're not. You're not okay.
I don't believe some of these folks on chat. Bootsy says, I keep my AC at 80 and it's chilly. I don't know. Simply Jeremy, 76 is nice and cool in my house. 78 is fine for me, says some of these lunatics. Sean says 68 keeps the wife's nips tight. All right. Well, whatever you got to do, to each their own.
Prove it.
M sends in an email to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Hi, guys. I heard you talking about documentaries on the Monday podcast. That's when we were talking about that. Is it called Dancing for the Devil, I think, on Netflix? And wanted to suggest one I just watched. On Max, there's a documentary called Space Shuttle Columbia. Funny we just mentioned that. The Final Flight. It has various interviews with previous NASA employees and the astronauts' family members. It really made me angry and sad, knowing there could have been a chance to save the astronauts and have a different ending, but it's a good watch. Anyway, love the show. Been listening since Sean was solo, but love all three of you. Have a great rest of the week. Take care, M. Thank you for the email. Much appreciated. One more real quick, and then we'll try to work in one or two dispatches. Steven emails. He says, hello, Sean, C-Lane, and Sabrina.
Yo.
I'm a podcast listener, and I heard about that phone scam from the police. This was on the show yesterday. Check it out in interviews on thenewsjunkie.com if you missed it. I had something similar to this happen about 6 months ago, and it really freaked me out, but I didn't fall for it. However, this was one they tried with a weird twist, and it was bizarre enough to almost believe. Last Wednesday, I got a call with a Louisiana caller ID. He stated he was with the U.S. Customs Agency and asked if I had anything being shipped from overseas. I told him I had recently ordered some items that may have come from overseas but did not know where from. He then proceeded to tell me that they investigated this and they turned up multiple bank accounts with about $75,000 registered with various banks in Texas. I live in Florida. Then they told me those accounts were linked to transfers in Mexico to suspected drug dealing activity. I told him I had no idea about those accounts and had never been to Texas. I live in Florida. He persisted and told me if I was convicted of this, I could face up to 9 years in federal prison or a fine of up to $10,000. He said I can handle this now if I pay the fine beforehand. In comes the scam. About this time, he must have messed up his background silencer so I could hear the call bank, he said. So maybe they're using like AI to silence all the other folks behind him, like robble in the call rooms, and that's been somewhat successful. I then decided to mess with him, so I said, I am a drug trafficker. Come get me, which pissed him off, so he kept calling me a drug dealer and said he would send custom agents to arrest me today. I said, okay, come get me. Where do I live? And he gave an address that I hadn't lived at for 12 years, and I only lived there for 9 months. I doubled down and said I filed a U.S. tax return at the same address for 10 years, blah, blah, blah. He says it was very entertaining.
Remember when the scammer got mad at me for messing with him? And, and he, like, threatened me.
For wasting his time?
No, he said he was going to come to my house at 123 Any Street, which was clearly a fake address that I put in, like, to sign up for something online.
Gotcha.
And then I believe there was another one where you handed me the phone and I pretended to be a sexy young.
Yes, and the guy got horny. The guy, he was like
going to. It was disgusting. Can't say it on the radio.
He was talking about you putting things in his backside. Is what
correct.
He was talking about,
Yeah.
and. He went from trying to get money from C-Lane to horny so fast.
Trying to climax.
I don't know if this is an Indian dude thing, but that son of a bitch went from A to B. Woo, boy!
Not a lot of horny stuff happens at work when you're at the old call center.
Yeah, but you're at the call center and the guy next to you is all of a sudden having phone sex.
It seems weird.
It's not on the list of things to say.
Maybe it's all willy-nilly over there. They're very cool with things. Here's somebody sending in a photo dispatch, which you can always do at thenewsjunkie.com. A notice of upcoming settlement payment. They're going to get some mailbox money, $29.25 from the Chick-fil-A mailbox money story that we talked about. Good for you. High fives. That is how you have to make the most of things. When the power bill is $750 a month, you need to at least get a little Chick-fil-A money to help you out. That's good. And we got one more. Here's Guitar Slinger talking about a bill program.
We have something with FP&L called bill averaging. And during the winter months, when you don't use as much electricity, you pay a little more than you actually would what the actual bill is. So that when summer comes, your bill your bill pretty much stays within $100 all year long. It's called bill averaging.
Right, but then your average bill just goes up. I understand exactly what you're saying. It's a good plan for people who are more focused on budgeting and who want to keep the bill as flat as possible.
Yeah, but budgeting goes out the window when I'm sweating inside my own house.
Yeah, you're going to want to turn that down. How about this, though? Bossman Bradshaw just texted me. Oh. My power bill last month was $82.65.
Yeah, that's Brad. Bradshaw doesn't even have an ice maker that works right now.
He does the trays?
God.
Yeah.
$82. He's got it made over there. Jack, can I borrow $750, please? I would like a little help, please.
Jack always texts us about this stuff because, like, one time, out of nowhere, we were talking about something. He goes, "Also, there's no way you keep your house at 70 degrees." I'm like, "You want pictures?"
Yeah. Tanya on YouTube says, it's called budget billing, and it's great when you're using it, but when you leave it, you get effed on the back end. She said, it happened to me. Let us know what your experiences are. Are you seeing these same kind of prices? Are you fed up with it? What are we supposed to do? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record your dispatch now. When we come back inside this Hunter Biden trial that's underway right now, I'll explain to you what's going on there and who's going to be testifying today, which should be pretty dramatic and was surprising to me. I didn't know that there was this much infighting actually in the Biden family. So we'll talk about what's going on there, what these charges are about. Are they political? All the rest. This coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Later today on the Jim Colbert Show, the Central Florida Zoo will be in studio for Animal House. Plus, we'll hear from Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell, get us fired up about something going on here in Central Florida. And the winner of JCS Trivia today will get tickets to see Santana and the Counting Crows. Plus, your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Wednesday forecast. And for today, it will be a hot one with some off and on shower and thunderstorm chances possible. For today, a high of 95 degrees in Orlando with about a 40 to 50% chance of some afternoon downpours, and even a few rumbles of thunder will be possible. For our Thursday, a 60% chance of showers and storms. Temperatures really heat up, though, just in time for the weekend. A high of 98 degrees for Saturday, 99 for Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Discover. As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
What a perfect time to talk about this. This, in conjunction with those power bills going up and up and up, is largely a result of what kind of AC you have. And if you have one of these efficient carrier ACs that Mills Air can get you into, you could save big money on your power bill every single month. In fact, they can show you what you'll be saving. They have a whole spreadsheet for it, and they'll show you what kind of money you'll be able to save because they're much more efficient. Also, with their preventative maintenance, they can come out and detect a breakdown before it happens. So you don't have to wait and put your hand up by the vet and say, it doesn't feel like it's blowing cold today. Next thing you know, you wake up in a sweat and you're trying to figure out what's happened in the middle of the night. This is a company that's going to pick up the phone and answer it with a human's voice. Imagine that. A great, fair, honest, locally owned and operated, family owned and operated company. These are the people that you should support. So when your AC breaks or when you're worried about a problem, you pick up the phone and you call Mills Air. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you really big rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Here's that number, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class health care and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had leaf filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/beacon first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/beacon to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's a Father's Day dad joke. The way a pawn moves in chess is pretty straightforward. You know what's not a dad joke? Getting $50 off the Bartesian Premium Countertop Cocktail Maker with the purchase of 1 pack of Dad's favorite cocktail capsules. Visit BARTESIAN.com/father to get the best premium cocktail maker for Dad at the best price for you. Bartesian, premium cocktails on demand.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is having a 1-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors. 1 day only this Saturday from 9 till 4. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
iHeart Radio Broadway celebrates this year's Tony Awards Sunday, June 16th, and takes you backstage with Broadway's biggest stars and commercial-free Broadway hits 24/7. Just search iHeart Radio Broadway on the iHeart Radio app and start listening.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Grab great gearhead gifts your dad will love, like tools, parts, and collectibles, or give the perfect card, a Summit Racing gift card. Shop SummitRacing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends June 23rd, 2024.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
preparing you
for the impending robot uprising.
This is the News Junkie.
Crazy this week, I think. It's going to be interesting to see some of the sparks, the fireworks going off with Hunter Biden on trial now. We had the Trump trial, right? You had all of that activity last week. And you had him found convicted on 30-some-odd counts. And I said, we're going to see...
It's 34 felonies.
Yeah. I said, we're going to see more of this. I believe that was political in nature, at least to some extent. Also... I'm not a hypocritical person. I try to have a set of morals and guiding principles and go on them. I think the guns charges against Hunter Biden are absolutely political. Not the taxes charges, because in the process of being a crack-addled lunatic, he also decided to screw around on his taxes big time. And if you or I did that, we would be held accountable for it. Yes. And so should he. So those are California tax law charges. I believe that's where he's facing those charges. But do I believe that if his name wasn't Hunter Biden, they would have said this man posted up a laptop at a repair store with all sorts of crimes and drug use on it, and so therefore we're going to go back to a form he signed at a gun store and say that because he said at the time he wasn't addicted to drugs that we're going to prosecute him? I don't think people get prosecuted that much for that, just like the Trump thing.
No, and it's also a very vague question that I believe has been changed on those forms.
Oh, did they? I'm sure it's different in different places.
Because the whole thing with medical marijuana becoming legal in Florida, and then, of course, our gun rights here in Florida as well, they had to change it because, there was this very confusing gray area of, well, if I want to get this marijuana card for medical purposes, I can't have a gun to protect myself. And so they did change it.
Whenever he signed it, I think it was in the state of Delaware, and it did explicitly say, I agree that I'm not addicted to any drugs at this moment in time, and he checked the no box. But my question,
but I mean, also, is that if you had not checked the no box, did they still give you the gun, or is that like that?
No, they won't give you the gun. That's the point. It's like,
you're trying to buy a gun, you answer truthfully, you don't get a gun. Mm-hmm. You lie, you get the gun.
Right.
So how much do you want the gun? It seems like, when you get your license, your driver's license, it asks you similar questions. And I'm like, I think there's one about drugs and one about alcohol. And it's like, what happens if you check yes? Do you not get a license? You're allowed to be an alcoholic and drive a car. You just can't exercise those things at the same time.
Well, you're not allowed to be a drug addict at the time that you purchase the firearm. And more importantly, you're not allowed to lie on a federal form. That's the actual crime. I just think, if we're being honest, everybody, MAGA friends, Trump fans, okay, just listen to me, hear me out for a second. If we're being honest, if this guy's name was John Smith, would he be facing a trial like this? He probably wouldn't have had the sweetheart deal that they were going to try to give him, which was ridiculous, but he probably wouldn't be on trial for this. So these are more political in nature prosecutions. However, it would be very surprising if he didn't get found guilty. It would be a super friendly jury to him if he didn't get found guilty, because he has text messages where he said, "Holy cow, I'm so addicted," and something similar to that. He's got videos galore of him smoking crack. Some of the most salacious things that make him look like such a bad human being. After his brother died, Hunter Biden's brother is Beau Biden. For those of you who don't know, Jill Biden, the first lady, is not Hunter's biological mother. She's raised him since he was little, but Hunter's biological mother died in a car crash along with another family member when he was pretty young. And you have Hunter Biden, and then his brother was Beau Biden. And Beau Biden seemed to be a good guy, served in the military, and then ended up dying of cancer, unfortunately. Now, as Beau Biden's widow was grieving, Hunter Biden moved in, starts banging his brother's widow, and engaging in a relationship with her like a very short amount of time after he died. And he's doing crack at the time. He gets her hooked on crack, and they're both doing crack. And she's going to testify against him in the court, possibly even today. She's going to be testifying against Hunter Biden, which is so weird because This is a daughter-in-law that has kids inside the Biden family, and she's going to be going up against their son, Hunter Biden.
I mean, does she have a choice, though, also?
Yes, she could have not testified. She wants to. She does not like Hunter Biden.
Okay.
She does not like him. She blames him for a lot of bad things that happen in her life and in her kids' lives. And, his exes don't seem to be too fond of him right now. It also looks like possibly President Biden met up with his ex, with his daughter-in-law. I don't know do you still call it a daughter-in-law if it's a widowed situation?
Yeah, maybe.
Daughter and dead.
Bo's widowed wife. I guess Biden met up with her. Who knows what that conversation sounded like, but you can guess what the discussion would be. But she's supposed to be...
trying to shake her down? Trying to pay her off?
Saying, hey, can you avoid us some
$120,000 at her
Let's go
doorstep?
get some ice cream, all right, and talk. Come on.
Can you avoid us some embarrassment here? It would probably be the thing that he would want to say to her, but we'll never know. He's charged with 3 felonies stemming from the purchase of a gun in October 2018. For those of you who don't know, he's dating this woman at the time, Kathleen Buell, I believe is her name. She was married to him for like 20 years. They have 3 children together. She's going to testify in this trial. So is Beau Biden's widow. And they're going to say that Hunter Biden was smoking crack like every 20 minutes when he was awake. They're going to say that he was living an incredibly dangerous
That's so
life.
much crack.
It's a lot of crack.
How do you just get into crack like that? And then you get someone else to get into crack. Like
I think Hunter Biden may be one of these incredibly high-functioning people where they can have a pretty severe addiction to drugs, but also like still exist and get things done
like,
to
John Mulaney style.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, or like there's various numbers of people who Artie Lang for a while was on heroin and he could still go do the show and the radio show.
You could kind of see what was going on.
You could, and he kept missing days because he was doing heroin, on account of there. But yeah, there's a lot of dirty laundry and drama wrapped up in all of this. And when Hunter Biden was doing these drugs, he went out and got a handgun. And the woman who was with him at the time found the handgun and got scared. So she put the handgun in a bag and then went behind this like high-end grocery store nearby and put the handgun in the garbage can. And then some dude came by and was like, there's a handgun in the garbage can. And he took it and they ended up finding it later on.
Wow.
But she
What are
just
the odds
wanted
of that?
She was so scared of what he was going to do with this gun or what was going to happen with the gun that she just put it in a bag and dropped it off in a trash can by a grocery store. The point is, this whole thing is crazy and dramatic. I think they should pin him on the tax charges if they have actual information that suggests he was lying about that. You and I would be held accountable. I think this is kind of a waste of time. But this is where we are. You want to do the political thing. This is where we're going to be. Ex-wife expected to testify, they believe, today. We'll see what happens to him.
You'd think for somebody to be so addicted to crack, you wouldn't want to get somebody else addicted to the crack because now you have to share the crack.
No, you want to share the crack if you're him. He was spending $50,000 a month on drugs.
A lot of crack.
That's a lot of money.
How do you even find that much crack?
But isn't crack fun to do with other people? Is that the whole thing?
I think so.
More of a community
Yes.
drug.
Yes, I read a post one time about this person who was a crack addict, and they said they were a high functioning crack addict. They said they only would do it on weekends.
Your diary?
No, and they said they started hanging out with this whole group of people. All of them did crack together, and they would start doing it Friday night, and they would do it all the way through Sunday night, and then he would go to work on Monday morning and work through a whole week. And he talked about how they became like a really tight-knit group because they were all doing this together. And then a lot of them died, obviously, because it's a high-risk thing to be doing crack, and the other things you do around that are bad. It's just very, very dangerous at the very least. But here you are. It's the reality of life. Look, I've dealt with this with people who are very close to me, too. And it's incredibly addictive. I've never tried crack. I've tried. I should stop talking about this stuff. I'm not gonna. There's like kids that listen. I don't need to.
Now you're gonna stop talking about this. Now,
I've said enough.
We just have to
stories.
say, don't do crack, kids.
Kids don't do drugs, and
Thank
I'm not
you.
doing them either.
Happy summer.
All right?
Read the book.
Not like Uncle Sean.
Except for them sleepy gummies. Those are not bad.
Oh.
They just put you right to bed.
At 3:45.
When we come back, we're going to hear from you. Your dispatches are all queued up and ready to go. What do you think about that case? Let us know. And things are frightening in Chicago. And it's not on account of all the shooting that you see around those parts. No. The cicadas now have STDs, and the cicadas are turning into zombies. We've got to go over this. It all sounds bad, but is it? We'll see. It's coming up next in the news, Junkie.
Real radio. Real radio.
104.1. From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for an accident on Turkey Lake Road northbound at Wallace Road. A couple of earlier accidents to watch out for still. Sand Lake Road westbound at Dr. Phillips Boulevard. Highway 1792 southbound at Americana Boulevard. On I-4, you could expect your regular delays this afternoon. There's congestion on the Greenway northbound between Osceola Parkway and John Young Parkway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
Chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, my friend. So let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. He's looking out for you. What local business do you know with over 1,000 five-star reviews? Well, that mortgage guy, Don, does, because he has a lot of satisfied and happy customers. Very happy friends, because he treats you like a friend, not like a number like all the other mortgage companies would. Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Thank you from Fence Outlet, Central Florida's top fencing company. As we celebrate 30 years in business, we want to thank our customers for their trust and support. We couldn't have reached this milestone without you. Find out more at fenceoutlet.com.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman for the law offices of Kaufman Lind. When I first graduated law school over 25 years ago, I had so many ideas of what practicing law would look like. Well, after 25 years, I learned the most important thing I can do is care. There are many nights that I spend thinking about what I can do, how I can make a case better, how I can protect my client. If that works for you and you are in an accident, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. Offices, Orlando.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Okay, this contract looks good to me. Let me just run it by my lawyer.
Everyone knows that having a good lawyer on hand can be a real game changer, which is why Legal Shield connects you to a vetted law firm in your state for a low monthly fee. Only Legal Shield has been providing this kind of legal peace of mind for over 50 years. Need an experienced set of eyes on that fine print? With Legal Shield, you can say,
let me run it by my lawyer.
Is the dealership giving you a hassle about warranty repairs?
I guess we'll have to talk to our lawyer.
And for that will you've been putting off, you can finally tell your family.
We're good. I had our lawyer take care of it.
Legal Shield isn't AI bots. It's a dedicated group of real lawyers who have your back, no matter what the future brings, all for around the price of those streaming services you don't watch anymore. Sign up at LegalShield.com/radio today. PPLSI does not provide legal representation or advice. See a plan for complete terms.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
4th cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Here's a Father's Day dad joke. The way a pawn moves in chess is pretty straightforward. You know what's not a dad joke? Getting $50 off the Bartesian Premium Countertop Cocktail Maker with the purchase of 1 pack of Dad's favorite cocktail capsules. Visit BARTESIAN.com/father to get the best premium cocktail maker for Dad at the best price for you. Bartesian, premium cocktails on demand.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They're a Carrier Factory Authorized dealer, and there are rebates that you get up to $1,275 on a brand new Carrier unit. If you're going to go with the experts, you got to go with Carrier, and you got to go with MillsAir.com. That's where I got my system. I absolutely love it. And you got to make sure you do maintenance on your AC system. They do service on all brands of AC, and it can detect and prevent an upcoming breakdown for you and save you a lot of money. You can count on MillsAir.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando. Get to Twin Peaks for Wing Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we have 6 boneless wings, fries, and a soda for just $10. Prefer a signature draft beer? It's only $2 more. That's every Wednesday at Twin Peaks.
Make your summer awesome at Sutherland Nissan Orlando with 6 Nissan models under $30K.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had.
Learn more about uncensored secret shows over on thenewsjunkie.com, and to create your account while you're over there so that you can join us with your content, your dispatches, photos, videos, whatever you want. Let's see some more video dispatches today. That helps for some people who are watching, and the people who are listening can hear them. That's the overall goal. So let's get to this. Peter emails, or Pete, to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hi, Junkie. I have 2 children under the age of 3. Returning the cart after shipping is quite simple, Pete says. I get to the store, park as close to the cart return as possible, even if it's at the back of the lot.
My wife does that.
Kids. I do it too. Whenever we go, I'm like, why do I need to park up front? What do I care? Well, I'm going to get a little bit of an extra walk, and it's going to be easier afterwards if I'm by the cart return. I think that's a better decision. But he says, I parked as close to the cart return as possible, even if it's at the back of the lot. Load my kids in a cart from the cart return and enter the store. Once I unload the shopping of the kids, I walk 5 feet to return the cart. Bam-o! All done, says Pete. He's talking about this woman yesterday who claimed that she's like, I don't return my cart to the cart return, the shopping cart return at the grocery store. And I don't do that because I've buckled my kids into the car, and I am not leaving my kids alone in the car while I go do that. It's dangerous, and it's ridiculous that you would ask that of me. And that has prompted like 3 days of fighting on the internet with a capital I.
Thank you for your transparency, lady.
A lot of people were split over that one, as per usual, I guess. M says,
that's one of those small things that people have a really stern opinion on. Some people, I don't, but
because they view it as a larger sign of a rude person if you don't return that, which I thought her excuse was not the worst, but people did not really seem to agree with her that much.
Also, one of my favorite follows is that, Cartnark?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes around the grocery store parking lot and just throws a magnet on top of the car of the person who left the cart.
Right.
Back and forth. It's just brilliant.
Some of those are good. I've seen that before. M says, you are a radio show, in all caps. Yesterday, you started the show with 10 seconds of let's watch this news clip of somebody standing in front of the camera. Audio, see it now if it's visual, says M. M, I literally do that with almost everything that's visual on the show, and I make it a point to say that. This is a radio show. It's a podcast. It's a live stream. All of this is how things are evolving in this industry. And so these things all clash together. So instead of just like playing things that have too many visuals, I went and had programmers work on a website and paid money so that we could share things with you as they're happening. If you want something that I haven't put up, always email me tipsathenewsjunkie.com, and I'll make sure I add that if I forget or didn't put it up to begin with.
Audio, Sean. Audio. Radio show.
Radio. People listen to this show all sorts of different ways, sir. They listen to different radio stations across this country. They listen to the podcast. They listen to the podcast on the various platforms, mind you. They listen to.
We're back, baby, right?
They listen or watch live on the stream. They watch on demand on the stream. Just that's how it goes now. You have to be where people are. You've got to be there. So sometimes it's a little different for different formats. And here we are. Let's get into this week in really scary stuff, everybody.
Ooh, wait for
Spooky out there. Yeah. What do you want first? Do you want flying spiders or zombie cicadas?
Let's go with flying spiders. Because I feel like there's a lot to unpack with the zombie cicadas with STDs, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. That's a very complex one. This one, simple enough. Giant venomous flying spiders are set to invade New York. So good luck with that, New York. And here's what they look like for radio people. This is a visual. Oh, no. But it's up on See It Now at thenewsjunkie.com.
Oh, thank God.
You can see the
Those
flying
look like
spiders.
banana spiders.
I don't like them.
Where's
they're
the flying
big.
part?
They fly somehow.
You'll know when it lands on you.
Oh,
yeah.
honestly,
I would freak out.
The things that I would do is probably projectile vomit, and then it would be about a week of me not being able to sleep. I would think it's on me all the time.
We were walking lady the other day, and I almost took my shirt off in the middle of the day. Evening, because we're walking down the sidewalk, and I feel boom. And as I feel this boom on my chest, I look down, and it was full speed flying. A palmetto bug was full speed flying and crashed into me. And then I did the whole thing. We're like, and I was gonna Ricky Bobby it. I was fit to just like run across.
Nude.
Yeah, just freaking out. Like what has landed on me, and what can I do about this? But this is a danger for those of you in New York and most of the northeastern United States. Brace for the upcoming invasion of a species of giant venomous spiders. These Joro spiders, that is what their name is, Joro spiders, are native to Japan and other parts of Asia.
Where?
They are native to, as I very clearly said and enunciated, Japan.
Japan!
Took a little bit of work. They are native to that place and other parts of Asia. They have vibrant bodies and 4-inch-long legs. They have sporadically been the topic of discussion for a few years. They first appeared in the news in 2022. They were in Georgia. Now they've made their way up east. And there's golden webs that are all over porches, power lines, and mailboxes across at least 25 counties. New York, watch out for them venomous flying spiders on the way. Now over to the second scary option in This Week in Frightening Things. In Chicago, the big city's hardest hit here, a sexually transmitted disease that is said to turn cicadas into zombies and cause their private parts to fall off has been detected in southern parts of Illinois and is expected to reach the Chicago area within weeks.
Coral.
The infection is a white fungus called Massospora cicanata.
That
sounds gooey.
Problematic.
It's not great.
Sounds
and it takes over the male and causes the gonads to be torn from the body.
Gonads.
The chalky spores that are released are spread to other nearby cicadas, this says, and it's really going to have an impact on them. But it makes them have hallucinatory effects on birds that eat the cicadas.
Oh, great.
So the cicadas get the STD. They turn into zombies. The birds get hungry. They eat the cicadas. The birds are flying around like, whoa, and
we're birds.
Yeah, they're tripping out of their mind. Like, whoa. This visual, I'm sorry. I'm making a crazy person face and pretending that I have bird arms.
Thank you for that.
We need to hire somebody who does that thing where they explain what's going on always
Audio
on the show.
description?
Yeah, we need somebody on another mic here.
Do we have the budget for that?
No, we do not. No, we unfortunately do not. They were about to get rid of Weiler Tyler for a little while, and I was like,
sorry,
bud. I need this guy. We're going to need that help around the corner here.
But no, we'll get him for another semester because I failed him for the last one.
Oh, good.
So
good.
that gives us a little bit more free work.
And they also told me just to use Nook Boy and
Nook Boy.
Nook Boy, regular Nook Boy, and I told them that Nook Boy is not real.
Someone say my name.
I don't have a
Nook Boy.
Young kid hidden in my house somewhere. It's not actually a thing.
It's been so long since I've showered.
We need the other folks to help out, all right? So that's this weekend scary stuff or whatever I call it.
Bye.
See you later.
My
there,
gonads fell off too.
Uh-oh. It's getting everybody.
We'll get to you. Forgot about Nook Boy.
So did I.
Oh, my God.
Is that in the same voice?
Yeah, that's it. That's what you did, I think. I mean, no, that's what Nook Boy did. That's what happened there. We're going to hear from you. Let's get in a couple of dispatches here. Here is Bruise Traveler.
Hey, guys. There are so many Monday morning astronauts out there. It's not even funny. So many people that sit there and think they know what they're talking about, including me. Yeah, it gets annoying in these live chats. My favorite is SpaceX could have gotten this up last time. No. If they would have had a hold, they would have missed the instantaneous launch window, and they would have been in the same boat. But hey, whatever.
Hey, I'm just glad they got
Cheers, guys.
off.
Hope you have a happy Wednesday.
You know what I mean?
Go Rocket, go.
Got off in the space way. I'm glad that they were able to do that because they had like 4 or 5 launch scrubs. There was a bunch of them. Didn't go well for a while.
And
They
black
said you gotta
scrubs.
cancel. All the scrubs you could ask for. Let's do this one. Here's Bong Night.
Yo, people.
Hey.
I'm out here on the coast over in Titusville, and it was a beautiful launch.
Oh, you
Go
saw
Starliner.
Nice. Yeah, people rooting for it. People rooting for America, I guess, question mark. I think that's what's happening here. I think people go, let's put all the partisan stuff aside. Let's see what's happening. Oh, is this a video of the rocket launch, a video dispatch? Let me see it. I can't. Oh, yeah, that's a great shot of it, actually, via video dispatch.
Dang.
Yeah, he's in a
Look at
really
that
good
air
location.
penis.
It's so strong. Thank you for this. Appreciate you sending in the exclusive. Man, that is something to behold from that close when you see Boeing launching up with NASA like that. Thank you, my cousin Mose. Appreciate that. That'll get you a star over on the
Look
dispatch.
at you, my
side of
cousin
things.
Mose, getting the
You did it.
star.
I knew you could. I
What
knew
a
you
guy.
could. And there you are. We were talking about recently electric vehicles and the hesitation that Americans have toward them still. Even though right now, these Teslas, I'm telling you folks, I'm not vested. The deals are crazy on these Teslas. The deals are really, really amazing. Vehicles, whether they be used or new, are pricey, super pricey. One of my biggest fears, knock on all the wood, all right? My biggest fears is that Dylan gives me a call. He's like, I blew the engine of my car.
Oh.
And I'm going to go, oh, God.
I gave my dad
that's
one
like-
of those calls. My first car.
You need a car. It's like your lifeline to the world. You have to have a car in order to get most jobs these days because a lot of the remote work is coming back. There's some weirdo jobs you can get out there. Like I saw today, IKEA is hiring for people to sell meatballs virtually in the IKEA store that exists in the Roblox game. And they're paying $20 an hour for people to do that. So
What?
I tell you that Roblox. I still don't understand it.
Me either.
But my friend's kid loves it, and there's
It's
a
big.
lot of money spent on that.
Oh yeah, it's really, really big.
If I
Look
take
at-
this job, and I
can
just,
you look up the story? See, look up Roblox IKEA just so we can have more details. But what were we going to say? If you take this
if I
job,
take this job and I'm bad at it because I'm doing a real job on the side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if I just have it up on this computer and I'm like, oh, Roblox, sell some meatballs. But then I'm not really, because I'm doing the show.
Yeah.
Can I get like fired from this job? Well,
yeah, but imagine your HR meeting is also in the Roblox world.
They yell at you in there? You probably wouldn't know in most cases. How much attentiveness does it take to work in a Roblox video game at a virtual IKEA for $20 an hour selling virtual meatballs to Roblox people?
I say you apply for the job.
If $20 an hour, not bad. Do you see the story, Selim?
Yeah, it says IKEA is hiring 10 Roblox players to work at in-game store.
All right.
I like that. IKEA is assembling, a team of Roblox players to work at its virtual store, and you can even get paid for the job. The Swedish retailer announced it will be launching the Coworker game, a virtual recreation of the store that will be available on Roblox June 24th. They're hiring 10 paid workers for the virtual store. Applications open Monday, will remain up for another 11 days.
What a gig.
We're excited to be the first brand to launch paid work on Roblox to showcase how we do careers differently, bringing your unique careers philosophy to life.
Why? Why does somebody need to go to an IKEA in Roblox and get a fake meatball? Why? This all seems stupid and for naught.
Do the people that go to get the fake meatballs pay for them?
I don't know. That would be even dumber.
Yeah,
Please tell me that's not the case. You pay for virtual meatballs in an IKEA in Roblox?
Yes. You pay for everything.
Our economy is upside down. Everything is messed up.
We just have to get ahead of it, not complain, and be oldos about it. That's how we make our big money.
Didn't we spend a bunch of
meatballs.
iHeart money to make an iHeartville in Fortnite or something that I'm sure is like super successful or whatever?
It's the metaverse, and it's thriving.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it?
Actually, Sarah and I both have a part-time shift coming up next week.
Literally tens of people visiting iHeart in this metaverse
They're
thing.
currently recording the Risky Business podcast there right now, where some financial analysts, but also poker players, answer questions about how to diversify your portfolio, but also poker.
Are we at the South
right
Park
there in the palm of your hand.
stage of podcasts now, where you spin a wheel and it's like poker and then sandwiches, and then, like you get three different things to get: poker, sandwiches, and horror films. The latest podcast from iHeartRadio, and then they try to steal our listeners.
Creative Ideas Diary.
Go with it, because they're paying money to those folks. That's where the cash is going, I guess, these days. Not here, where the ears actually
Not
are.
advertising our podcast.
My God,
real show.
Give us a little love, folks. Just a little bit. It's all I'm
Both of
asking
you guys
for.
are bitching. Of course, they're not going to. What are they going to promote?
Has not
hey,
bitching
it's
worked?
us. We're grown-ass adults just bitching all the time because we don't get, the promotions on our...
Has not bitching worked so far? We have
whining.
not bitched. We've been fine about
You've
it.
been
Actually,
bitching.
I've
You always
bitched.
bitch.
Because it's ridiculous that they take our time where we have built up an audience, and then I keep telling people, imagine that happens at any other job. Like, imagine you worked at McDonald's and you were judged based on your work performance, and like people from Burger King and Wendy's sat right at the front counter, and the person goes, I think I might get a Big Mac. And they'll go, the Whopper is a better deal right now. You can go over and check the Whopper out right this second, and you can get an enjoyable one. Somebody goes, well, the Baconator, try the Baconator. Come in. We go, hey, we kind of built up this McDonald's so it has a good amount of people coming in the front door. We'd appreciate it if you didn't try to get them all going out the back. But I'm not angry about that or anything, or really burned up. A super fair thing to be pissed off about. But here we are. The story about the electric vehicles, the update on that. Many Americans are still hesitant of switching to those electric vehicles, despite the administration's push to move to climate-friendly cars, is what they call them. Now, of course, you might use that term a little loosely, climate-friendly cars, when it comes to electric vehicles.
Depends on what part of the environment you focus on.
It depends on what kind of power company you have locally. It depends on, what kind of part of the environment you're worried about, because trying to get those rare earth minerals is not a kind thing on the environment from a lot that I could tell.
Didn't we talk about they just found like a whole, a whole treasure trove of lithium?
Yes.
I believe so, I think in the Northeast or something, they found a whole bunch of it, which could be cool. but it's not by default. It's like people who think like vegan diets are healthy by default. Vegan diets are not healthy by default. You have to create a healthy vegan diet. You have to create a balanced vegan diet. But if you just don't eat meat and you eat vegetables and stuff, it doesn't make that a healthy diet for you.
Yeah.
Or if you eat a bunch
if
of
I do nothing but fry potatoes in peanut oil, I'm vegan.
But is it no. So like this is not just climate friendly because it's an electric vehicle. It could be. If you had a nuclear power plant that was providing power to your house and you had an electric vehicle, you'd be pretty clean after the purchase, right? It's like there's no way to be perfect the way these people judge this stuff. Anyhow, about 46% of Americans said they're unlikely to purchase an electric vehicle, according to a poll released this week by the Energy Policy Institute of Chicago. This is largely unchanged from last year when they said 47% said they were unlikely to purchase an electric vehicle. They got 1%. They got one. When asked to choose whether they would rather purchase a more expensive American electric vehicle or a less expensive Chinese one, the poll found the majority of respondents usually chose the locally made vehicle. The poll also noted this was true even when the vehicle cost $500, $1,000, $2,000, or $5,000 more than a car from China. I think some of that is because of like a Chinese-made bias that a lot of Americans have. And I think some of it is because we don't understand. There's electric cars they sell in China which look better than Teslas and are like $15,000.
All right.
I'll take a car like that just because it's Chinese. What if I do super anti-Chinese stuff after I buy the car and get that sweet deal and then prove to you how much I hate the Chinese government or whatever.
Like when my wife used to take her birth control in the parking lot of Hobby Lobby after shopping there.
It's the small protests that matter the most, right? Like I want the deal on the sweet, sweet electric vehicle from China that has all the bells and whistles. But then afterwards, am I going to be socially squished by all the people who seem to hate this? It's hard to figure out what to do. Sean, look at the Fisker Ocean EV, says Last Fan on YouTube. Is that Fisker's Chinese, right? Fisker Ocean vehicle. Let me see. Fisker, they have a pretty good range. They're fast as hell. MSRP from $38,000. I can't tell where it comes from, but that's a good deal, man. $38,000 are cool-looking cars overall. If you see this here in front of me, it's like a little hatchback type thing, and they look slick. There's probably enough of them that have been made that you can get good repairs and whatnot on there.
Show me the inside of it. Yeah, show me that one.
It's got a big screen. It's got a vertical large screen, and the dashboard is digital too. Courtney would hate this because there's no actual knobs. It's like a big iPad running the thing. But they're making good deals on some of these things.
I know we went over this. What does Courtney like the knobs for specifically?
Everything that she has to use on the regular. So she doesn't want the power on, power off to be a button on a iPad screen. She doesn't want the AC controls to be, you got to go over to some screen on your main control panel. And she wants it to all be like physical.
I think she's right about that in the Tesla, in as much as I believe you had to like push buttons or just tell the Tesla. There's a voice activation in the Tesla.
Yeah.
To say, hey, turn my AC up. There's also like when you do the Tesla AC, they show you like a diagram of where you're sitting, and you could point the AC in different directions.
Yeah,
by
I've
just
seen that.
By just tapping and dragging. But as far as like the volume for your radio, which I would argue is the most used knob, that one I think is on your thumb.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, look,
it's
some
an
of
actual
them
physical knob.
She likes the physical knobs better. That sounds weird, but she does. These Fiskers are made in Manhattan Beach, California. It looks like they're like an American-made vehicle, or at least founded in America, and they're pretty cool looking for that price. Those are all subsidized, though, just so you know. It's like all the taxpayer subsidies are going to make these electric vehicles cheaper on account of all the climate change stuff.
Also, Tesla does a thing on their website when they show you the price of the vehicle. I think you have to like click and manually turn this off. They show you the price you're paying minus any potential tax break.
Yeah.
And minus your average fuel savings for the first year or two.
I don't like that. That's pretty screwy right there. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from you and your dispatches. We'll get further into this story. I'm looking up some of these different Chinese versions and models of vehicles to see how much they cost. And we got the next episode on the way. And we got Fritz on the street on the way. It's a busy, busy Wednesday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Did Angelique and Daisy get lost?
I hope they're kissing.
Oh, God almighty.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
There's a bit of delays, actually, due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound at Hancock Road. Traffic is backed up from Oakland Exchange, and the left lane is blocked there. There's an accident on Turkey Lake Road northbound at Wallace Road. Slowdowns on Colonial Drive by the interstate, and delays through the city on I-4 eastbound between State Road 408 and Ivanhoe Boulevard. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeart Radio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
A weekend full of superstar performances this September.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 14th.
But starting June 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet?
Attention soccer fans, get ready for an exciting matchup with one of the world's best in the second annual Allstate Continental Classico. Join us on June 12th at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida for an unforgettable showdown between your U.S. men's national team and Brazil. This match is not just a game, it's a vital part of the USA's preparations for the 2024 Copa America. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at ussoccer.com/tickets.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman for the law offices of Kaufman Lind. When I first graduated law school over 25 years ago, I had so many ideas of what practicing law would look like. Well, after 25 years, I learned the most important thing I can do is care. There are many nights that I spend thinking about what I can do, how I can make a case better, how I can protect my client. If that works for you and you are in an accident, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. Offices, Orlando.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class health care and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Glad to finally have you over. What do you think?
You could install a bay window to let in more natural light over there.
Huh?
Sorry.
Sorry, it's just that I saved hundreds on my Navy Federal Credit Union home equity loan. Now I see potential home improvement projects everywhere.
Learn more about how our home equity loans with no closing costs can help you get more from your home base at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender membership required. Loan subject to change.
Enjoying the News Junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials.
But if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
iHeartRadio celebrates the Tony Awards Sunday, June 16 on iHeartRadio Broadway, the greatest songs of musical theater.
Alexander Hamilton.
Go backstage with Broadway's biggest stars. Hear the stories behind the shows and commercial-free Broadway hits 24/7. Plus, check out exclusive interviews with this year's Tony Awards nominees. iHeartRadio Broadway, one of over 100 commercial-free stations on the iHeart app. Just search iHeartRadio Broadway and start listening.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Stepping on any toes here. I know that the next episode is coming up, but were you going to talk about
2 days in a row now?
Well, that's why I'm clearing it beforehand. I don't want to sneak something from the segment right before we do it. But were you planning on talking about how Alec and Hilaria Baldwin?
Yes.
Okay.
Buddy, you should have known that because Alec and Hilaria Baldwin were part of it, that it's on the docket.
How you say is my story?
We'll talk about that. We'll save that for when we get into the next episode. But when I saw this, I was like, because he's still got that trial coming. It's insane that they're doing this. And I know there's a lot of people who hate Alec Baldwin. I think he's kind of annoying too. But it's insane that they're still going after that guy.
I like him.
You do?
Yeah, I know. I think he's an asshole, but I like him.
He's your asshole, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
There's a lot of people that dislike him and they're like, yeah, we want to get rid of him. But that's such a dumb case against him. Anybody with a brain knows that he didn't purposely shoot this person on the set of the movie Rust, which still hasn't come out, by the way. I don't know when they're planning on timing this thing. But all right, we'll talk about that more during the next episode. Also, I looked up one of the Chinese EV cars. They're trying desperately to keep these out of America. And this one's called the BYD Seagull. BYD is one of the biggest electric automakers in China. And it's not like a really big car. I would say it's bigger than a smart car. It's a small hatchback, a 4-door hatchback, but quite small. And it's got, a decent little interior. You'll say it's not as good as so many other things you've seen before. But these are only $10,000 brand new.
Damn.
$10,000 for one of these electric vehicles, brand spanking new.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you can't buy one of those in the States, right?
No, you can't.
So if you bought one in China and you had to import it over here,
the import fees are crazy. They've done that on purpose with electric vehicles. They want American electric vehicles to soar, which I get it. It makes sense. Biden's being pretty America first on that, honestly. And they want America to have the leg up since we're subsidizing these electric vehicles so much with tax dollars. So they say, hey, if you want to bring in this $10,000 Chinese car, we're going to put such a big tax on it for you bring it into the United States to try to sell it. It's going to make it cost more than our electric vehicles. We do the opposite with ours, with Teslas or Ford's electric vehicles, or any company that makes electric vehicles in the U.S. Some of them are still very expensive. Very, very expensive.
Yeah, somebody inside EVs.com has an article about this benchmarking company in Detroit called CareSoft, and it's an automotive benchmarking company, and they imported an $11,500 Seagull for analysis. What it doesn't say is how much it costs to import it, because I'd be curious at that.
They were able to get one over here, though.
They definitely got one over here so that they could basically do a whole like review. I think
benchmarking.
I think and I think it would be cool to be able to import one, but once you do that, if something on it breaks, you're screwed. Are you just ordering parts from China like all the time?
You might be. You might have some trouble.
Does AliExpress have these things?
Yeah, I don't know that you're going to be as easy off fixing it as you would be another car. Although it's hard to fix cars now. In 2024, it's a frustrating thing. It's so hard to fix vehicles.
They make it very particular so that you have to go to the dealership.
I popped the hood of my car not that long ago.
And you closed it right back up. You just said,
I don't know what this is.
It's insanity. It's so jam-packed in there. I told you, they put the battery for my car in the trunk, and I'd never seen that before in my life. And it's like everything is so ram-crammed in there, you can't see what's going on. You have to have little teeny tiny fingers to be able to work on any of it. They don't want you to work on these cars.
Those Hyundai people really did it backwards.
Yeah, they did. But you know what? $150 later, you got a brand new battery in that sucker, and I might put it in myself.
Do you have a big battery?
Yeah, right.
It's pretty big. It's pretty large. I don't know anything about batteries other than you pay a core charge and whatnot.
Does your car have an AC power like plug in it?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, it might. I don't know. I'm not sure.
You know what I mean by AC? Like a wall, like your walls have right now.
I don't know if it does. It has a bunch of USB, so I don't think it has actual wall plugs.
Mine has the AC, and I'll go, does this mean that the battery is that much bigger, or is this just something that, like, hey, but don't plug a toaster or something?
Blender.
A blender will drain the battery real quick.
You're cruising around with a microwave in your passenger seat, making some little burritos or something. You might have to pay the price for that afterwards. So there's a lot going on in the world of EVs, and some of you really seem to hate them.
Stuck on the side of the road, can't move, and I'm still hungry.
Ah, damn it. Not fair. All right, we want to hear from you. Get those dispatches in, thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
I can't wait to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Not all heroes wear capes, but it seems we have one that wears a massive clock around his neck. Some more details about Kanye's latest lawsuit, and the details are very Kanye. For example, can a penis be racist? Plus, is Lady Gaga gonna be a baby mama? All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real Laughs, followed by Real Music Weekends at 10 on Real Radio 104.1 and on your free iHeart Radio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Wednesday forecast. And for today, we're expecting another hot one. Afternoon highs will climb well into the mid-90s for Central Florida with a high of 95 degrees today in Orlando. Some afternoon downpours are expected to develop, and these will gradually work their way further to the east from the I-75 corridor. We're looking at about a 40 to 50% chance of afternoon showers and storms. Better chances of rain arrive tomorrow. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by MD Now Urgent Care. For over 15 years, Floridians have trusted the physician-led team at MD Now Urgent Care for high-quality health care. From injuries and illnesses to school and sports physicals, MD Now Urgent Care is here to get you back to better. Find a location near you at mdnow.com and use their convenient web check-in today.
Since 2004, men choose Andro 400 for one reason: results.
It has really worked. I've lost 35 pounds. It's just unbelievable. I never lost weight like that easily in my life.
Congratulations, Stephen, on losing 35 pounds. Now, listen to Leonard's results.
So when I went to my doctor, I was telling him about your product, Andro 400, and he said that it was okay for me to take it. So I started taking it. I just came back from the doctor yesterday. I'm down to 190 from 236, and he told me to continue to doing what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Leonard, losing 46 pounds. Guys, if achieving results like losing belly fat, gaining energy, and improving testosterone levels are what you're looking for, then get Andro 400. We guarantee the results. Start today and get free shipping. Go to andro400.com. Andro400.com. Andro400.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-254-5751. 800-254-5751. Again, that's 800-254-5751. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to endurancewarranty.com.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had Leaf Filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/beacon first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/beacon to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The kind of crew who types the word functioning in bold, italic, and underline.
In the world of entertainment and beyond. After that, Fritz on the street. The showdown is on the radio, and you can play along with us. That's all on the way here momentarily. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Oh, that white sauce. You really like a white sauce.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. If you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps you're a business owner and you're ready to expand that bad boy, and you have an SBA loan at 9, 10, 11%, that mortgage guy, Don, is here to help with all those things and stuff in between. He's an expert, part of the Real Radio family, and he's your friend. So get the process started today with an expert friend and family member that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Oh, yeah. It was 68 years ago, 1956. Sean, you remember this.
I was not alive.
This guy right here.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis is right. Hello, Fritz. How are you?
Hey,
Welcome.
good.
And it was on this day that Elvis went on to the Milton Berle show. Yeehaw. And what happened?
The guy that makes the board games?
No, that's a different Milton. Yeah, Milton Berle is a old cigar smoking comedian guy.
Yeah, apparently very well hung.
Oh yeah, I heard that too.
And so was Elvis, because it was on this day he thrust his junk at the camera, and it caused so much controversy that from then on cameras would only shoot him from the waist up.
Man.
And there you have it. At some point, I think they included his junk on the stamp, right?
Did they?
I don't know.
for him.
But here we are in 2024, and it doesn't even matter about cameras and the thrusting of junk. We just have someone like this who speaks explicitly about his junk to his former assistants.
Kanye West.
Kanye is right, and Lauren Biscata. Biscate? We'll call her Lauren P. A former OnlyFans model who worked as an assistant for Kanye West. She is now suing Mr. West for alleged incidents of sexual harassment. She began working with Kanye in July of 2021 through his fashion pursuits, worked on 3 songs on his Donda album with him. The next year, she claims that West offered to pay her $1 million per year if she deleted the OnlyFans account because he wanted her to be godlike.
Wow.
I guess she'd not take the offer, but according to the report, she also claims that West sent her a text in which he ranted about his penis being racist. And it goes a little something like this. This is a dance, but it's the news, right?
Good luck.
Thank you. Is my... I'll just go penis. Yeah, it's my penis racist. It is. This effing racist penis of mine. I'm going to beat this effing racist penis for being effing racist. I'm going to stare at pictures of white women with black asses and beat the S out of my racist penis, beating the S out of his big black penis.
Okay.
And
white woman with black asses, huh?
She got a donk.
Mephisto creating this in his lab? Or?
Be interesting looking.
You've seen a white woman with a good butt? No?
Well, that implies that only black people have good butts, or black women at the very least.
I think all women's butts are beautiful.
Not all of them.
Also alleges that West would pleasure himself while the pair were on the phone, would constantly ask about the size of her boyfriend's manhood, sent her a slew of text messages and sexual videos and photos, including at least 2 videos of Kanye having sex with a model. So she complained about the harassment. She claimed she was then promoted to role of chief of staff with a salary of $4 million after the complaint, and was fired in 2022. He offered her $3 million in severance, but never paid her. And here we are, headed to the civil courtroom.
He still has a lot of money, man. I'm kind of surprised.
So.
But
even after losing all of that Adidas cash.
Yeah, he must have really... He must have been pulling in a lot when he really was doing well with them, because he is just lit up with cash.
And I can't help but think that this guy is also lit up with cash, because he's got quite the interview scheduled.
Oh, Dr. Phil!
Absolutely, Sean. And Dr. Phil is going to be interviewing Donald Trump pretty soon. Did you see this story? Did we talk about this already?
No, we didn't talk about this.
Just got scared. He has a message that he'll try to convey to the now convicted former president. Forgive and forget for the love of God, says Dr. Phil. The good doctor says, I think it was on TMZ earlier this week, he revealed that he has a sit-down scheduled with DT in the near future for a special called Trump Verdict, a Judicial Travesty. that is set to air. Phil says that it's part of their convo. He'll be encouraging Trump to steer clear of playing tit for tat if he wins the election in November, because it would spell the end of the country as we know it. Dr. Phil's really selling it, you guys. It's also, instead of a cycle of retribution and revenge, he says he's going to plea that Donald Trump seeks zero retribution if he's elected. So we'll see how that goes. I did get a small clip from the interview here.
Shut the hell up, bitch. Go kill yourself. Go sit in the middle of the road.
We have a hero amongst us. You just thought it was one, not you, Sean.
I appreciate that. It's very nice that you finally recognized this.
You are not the person I'm speaking of. So if you want to go ahead and try to do some hero things, then maybe you could be in a story in the future. But I
did a lot, though.
Go ahead and name some things you've done.
I don't talk about all of them after I do them. You think every woman that is like an old lady that I save in real life, I talk about it on the radio?
You're just saving old ladies?
He got into that unprovoked hobo fist fight. Remember that?
That's true. Right, yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
The guy in the wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
That he had no way of defending himself whatsoever.
You think I'm not going to fight somebody just because they're in a wheelchair? What are you out of your mind? That seems it's ableist not to.
Inclusive, yeah. Well, I'm not speaking of Sean, but I am speaking of this guy right here. No cape, giant clock.
Flavor Flav.
That is right. Last we talked about Flava. He was doing what? 2 points.
Oh, I forgot what he was up to.
He was saving something.
He was donating money
on his
to
car insurance by switching to Geico.
Money for a team, a softball team.
That was a water polo team.
Damn it.
I'll give you 1 point for that. He said he was going to make sure with all of his resources and his monies to send the U.S. women's water polo team to the Olympics.
That's cool.
Yes.
And, Sean, you were there when we talked about it. It was a couple weeks ago.
I don't remember. We talk about a lot of stuff on this show.
Well, his heroism doesn't stop there, because he is now going to go above and beyond to save Red effing Lobster.
He's a big fan?
Oh, huge fan. He heard about Red Lobster filing for bankruptcy last month, and when he heard about it, he said, "Unga boonga, I'm going to buy the entire menu." Umba.
At this point, is it a cry for help? Like, is he getting rid of his possessions too? It seems like
assets out the window. He posted on Instagram, I guess, and he said, "Your boy meant it when I said I was going to do anything and everything to help Red Lobster and save the Cheddar Bay biscuits." So he reportedly is in talks to meet with Red Lobster for a potential collaboration. Dozens of restaurant locations have already been closed, but Red Lobster says they still have 600 locations open while they try to sell the company, and Flava Flav wants to be the one that saves it all.
Didn't I see, maybe you said this and I missed it, but he went to a Red Lobster and ordered everything on the menu?
Yes.
To try to help them out?
That's all you need to do.
And I was like, that seems like it would be pretty. There's a lot of stuff on the menu, I think,
What's the
at
total
Red
cost?
Lobster.
And if
it's got to be $1,000 or more.
Yeah.
I think.
If you take one bite of everything that they have, would you be full?
Ooh.
I don't know. I hope
That's
so.
a shower thought. We thought that maybe she was full of a baby, but she is not. Lady Gaga is right, thank you. Lady Gaga.
You got to put that in the form of a question, I think.
Wow. You just played a song.
Lady Gaga does not have a bun in the oven, even though a lot of people thought she did based on some pictures of her that went around this week. So now she is clearing the air. She hopped onto TikTok to address the speculation. I guess she was at her sister's wedding, and some paparazzos got some pictures of her, and they said, "Oh my God, she's got some extra belly action. She must be pregnant." And they said, it's a little sensitive. She definitely felt some people thought she looked pregnant, but she herself is coming out to deny it, saying it just ain't true, goofing around, having fun. But the news superimposed the image and said she is not pregnant, just down bad crying at the gym.
Man.
So register to vote at headcount.org. She entered her caption with. And without further ado, here's the song When I Thought She Was Pregnant.
Okay.
Is it better with the
Yeah, there you go.
Baldwin and
Would you actually watch this? Would you actually
I'm gonna take this off.
All right. There you go.
1,000%. Just
You
for
will tune into
Eladia.
this?
Yeah, at least the first couple episodes.
She's an oddball.
You know, she's going to be ridiculous.
An interesting character.
How thick do you think her fake Spanish accent is going to be?
Thicker than ever.
We
I
will
think she's
find
going to
out.
ramp it up.
No word on when Alec will start shooting, but it will be sometime in 2025 on TLC. And on the boob tube, enjoy the TVs. There's so many things for you to watch, and you could just Google it. Also, check out the new headliner list, the list of the musicians that are going to be at iHeart Music Festival that just got announced. My mother's looking forward to it. She mentioned it on the phone. She's like, I saw that maybe perhaps we go to iHeart. How you say cucumber? Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day. Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, Fritz on the street, the greatest game in all of radio. And we represent you, as you know, in Fritz on the Street.
Fritz on the street, Fritz on the street. Who you gonna pick to win this game now?
We will be representing one of you each. Selecting somebody during this break to represent and fight for Fritz on the Street, and that is coming up next on the news, Junkie.
Real radio. Real radio. Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's still a bit of delays due to that accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound after Hancock Road. The left lane is partially blocked now, and traffic is backed up from Oakland Exchange. There's an accident blocking the right lane, causing a bit of delays on Colonial Drive. Westbound at State Road 429, travel with caution through there. And on I-4 this afternoon, you could expect your regular delays before Champions Gate. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! FrankGayServices.com.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
At Fence Outlet, we're proud to be Central Florida's top fencing contractor, and we're celebrating 30 years of framing your family memories. Here's to many more years with you at the center. Thanks for 30 great years. Visit us online at fenceoutlet.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Summer is here, right in our face. It is time to get out and enjoy your life with friends and family. But you want to make sure you can do that for many, many years to come. And that's why I tell you to get over and get your scan at Life Imaging FLA. Early detection does mean many more summers together. And 15 minutes of your time could save your life and ensure that you're around for family memories in the future. If not for yourself, do it for your loved ones. You know, 40% of people are diagnosed with cancer at some point in their life. And detecting cancer early at Life Imaging FLA can be the difference between life and death. Don't wait, guys. This takes no time at all. No injections. You don't have to take your clothes off. So, guys, make that call. Get this free scan from Life Imaging FLA. It is a $699 value. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you got to do. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Guys, it's time to make that call. Make this the year you take care of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeart Media.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
One more rep. You got it.
10.
Nice work. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix Total T makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix, that's the testosterone booster TV ads with Frank Thomas, the big hurt, right?
Yes, the key ingredient is Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles to people?
Yes, Nugenix is a great way to feel stronger and leaner with more energy. And as Frank says, she'll like it too.
I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
Just send a text. Text BELT to 231231 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text BELT to 231231. That's BELT to 231231. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I love playing pranks on my sister, and this deal going on at McDonald's is my chance to take the lead. Enjoy any 2 items for $3.79. From the iconic McDouble, the McChicken, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, to even a small soft drink. I'm gonna pair my McDouble with her small fries, but secretly pull her fries out of the bag. She won't even notice. Hey, where'd the fries go? Sounds like my prank just got fried. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's frozen drinks. I call them air cup-ditioners. Air cup-ditioners come in all my fave flavors, like frozen Coke, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and frozen Sprite Lemonade. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.49 after breakfast hours. My air cup-ditioner is on full blast. There are drinks. And there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Lemonade are registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Yeah! Text the nationwide keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200.
Radio.
On the bright side, we're not dead. Yet. yet. You're listening.
Greatest game in all of radio in just a moment. You can play right along with us. And here's how things goes if you don't know how Fritz on the Street works. It goes like this. We all pick somebody, myself, Sabrina, and C-Lane. We all pick somebody. We fight for them in Fritz on the Street. And if we win, they win a very special
fight for you.
Fritz on the Street magnet that is limited in quantity. The only way you can get it is if we win representing you in Fritz on the Street. I will be representing Simply Jeremy on YouTube today in Fritz on the Street. What about you, Sabrina?
That's a great question. Ask C-Lane first.
I am playing for an annoying text guy or that annoying text guy or whatever. I mean, he's labeled as Repub Jerk, but but he said, pick me, annoying text guy, Big Daddy Lane.
All right. You know who you are, annoying text guy. C-Lane's repping you. What about you, Sabrina?
All right. I'm going to go with someone who just gave a generic, pick me, any one of you. You're all number one. So Console Bob.
All right. Console Bob. We are all set and ready to go. Now the big question. Fritz, are you ready to go?
I believe I am.
Right. Well, here we go. Let's do Fritz on the Street.
Now it's time for Fritz on the Street.
Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Celine. Hello, Sean.
Hi, Fritz.
Fritzy
Hey,
boy. Hello.
Fritz.
Fritz on the Street, sponsored by Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go. Just call Mo. That number, 866-CALL-MO. 866-CALL-MO. In first place on Fritz on the Street with 144 points, we have Mr. Christopher Lane. In second place with 129 points, we have Sean Wasson.
All right.
And in
all
third
right.
place with 125 points, we have Sabrina Ambra.
Okay.
So 144, 129, 125. You know the deal. 8 questions, 4 current event questions, 4 general knowledge trivia questions. If you think you know it, chime in for that bonus point.
And question for you real quick.
Yeah.
Where did you ask these questions?
Thank you for asking. I went to Cavo's Bar and Kitchen for my Fritz's Funhouse Trivia Night, and about 11 people stayed and got these answers for me.
And what was the vibe? How hammered?
It was a birthday party. I would say
Say no more.
adequately hammered.
I met our favorite drunk girl at my karaoke gig a couple weekends ago, and she's like, I don't even know what I said.
Yeah.
I don't even hear it. People text me. I'm like, great, keep doing it, please.
All right. I'm adjusting accordingly.
Adequate saucing coming our way.
If you think you know, just chime in for that bonus point. Is everyone in?
Yeah.
All right, without further ado, question number 1. Claudia Scheinbaum Pardo is projected to be the first ever... Sabrina?
Mm-hmm. Female president, Mexico.
Mexico is correct.
Cool.
Nicely done. Full question. Claudia Scheinbaum Pardo is projected to be
Seemed
the
like
first
she gave
ever...
2 answers there, but...
Well, I just...
First ever woman president elected in which country? Sabrina, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Mexico?
Let's go with 4.
4.
3.
3 for C-Lane.
6.
And 6 for Sean. Question 1 with answers of 3, 4, and 6.
Ding, 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 ding.
Everyone knows they're Mexico. Claudia Scheinbaum Pardo is projected to be the first ever woman president elected in which country?
Finland?
Or Panama?
Chile. Brazil? Mexico.
Mexico.
Bulgaria?
Mexico.
That would be 3. That means C-Lane is picking up 2 points on that one. And Sabrina, with a guess of 4, picking up 1 point. Now moving on, talking science.
Yeah.
And stuff. Question 2. Which planet is furthest from the sun? Silly C-Lane.
Wow.
Silly C-Lane.
Neptune.
Neptune is correct. C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Neptune? Which planet is furthest from the sun in our solar system?
7.
7.
Really? Interesting.
3.
3
Whoa.
for Sean.
5.
And 5 for Sabrina. Question 2 with answers of 3.
You allowing for 3 Plutos and I'm allowing for 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question 2 with answers of 3.
Sean thinks there's going to be straight up 5 Plutos.
Just wait till I win, all right?
Okay.
Watch.
Yeah. 3, 5, and 7. Who's getting it?
Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding.
baby.
Oh, someone's right on the money. Who is it?
3.
Which planet is furthest from the sun in our solar system?
That would be Neptune.
Definitely not Uranus. Let's go Jupiter.
Neptune.
Neptune.
Uranus.
I'm going to go
Come on.
Venus.
That would be Neptune because Pluto is no longer a planet.
Neptune.
That would be 5. That means Sabrina's picking up 2 points. And we move right along to question number 3.
That's it? That's the one?
That's the
Here we
one.
go. Long game.
Very unsure.
There you go. Question number 3 goes like this. Last week, former President Trump was found guilty. Sabrina.
Give me one of those long answers again, huh?
Could be anything.
Could be. Found guilty of New York, 34.
That is correct, New York.
Oh, my God. Wait, hold on. She was just throwing random stuff out there.
The first thing she said was New York. New York is
First thing she said before was first female president.
Oh, you guys gonna cry about it?
Which is also
I
correct.
did.
Possibly.
I have been crying.
I'm sorry. No.
Question-
For real, you okay?
Question 3 was last week. Former President Trump was found guilty on all felony counts in which U.S. state? Sabrina, you got that right. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said New York?
One person does sound a little hammered. 7.
7.
8.
8 for C-Lane.
6.
And 6 for Sean. Question 3 with answers of 6, 7, and 8.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone's getting it. Who is it? Last week, former President Trump was found guilty on all felony counts in which U.S. state?
New York.
New York.
New York.
New York.
New York.
New York.
New York. New York.
That would be 8. So C-Lane is picking up 2 points, and Sabrina with a guess of 7 picking up 1 point.
This is not going well.
We're moving on to
For one of us, yeah.
Moving on to question 4 now. That's the halfway point. After question 4, I will tell you who is leading on the day so far. Question 4 goes like this. Who was the first Disney princess? Sabrina.
That would be Snow White.
That is correct. Sabrina, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Snow White?
I will go with 6.
6.
5.
5 for C-Lane.
7.
And 7 for Sean. Question 4 with answers of 4. No, 5, 6, or 7. You've been perfect through 3.
Ding, 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 ding.
Perfect 4 through 4. Who was the first Disney princess?
Snow White.
Snow White.
Snow White.
Snow White.
Snow White.
5.
Aurora. What?
Snow White.
Snow White?
That's 7.
Yeah.
So Sean is picking up 2 points, and Sabrina with a guess of 6 picking up 1 point.
Idiot. Me.
What did that one person say? They say Aurora?
Aurora, yeah.
Who is that?
From Sleeping Beauty, I believe.
Oh.
Princess Aurora. That means 4 up, 4 down. In first place so far with 8 points. That would be Sabrina Ambra / Console Bob. In second place with 5 points, C-Lane / that annoying text guy. And in third place with 2 points, Sean / Simply Jeremy.
Okay.
We've got 4 questions remaining. Question 5 goes like this. Recently, which country sent balloons filled with... C-Lane?
North Korea.
North Korea is correct. Recently, which country sent balloons filled with trash and excrement to a neighboring country? Great. My favorite question I've asked on Fritz on the Street this year. C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said North Korea?
6.
6.
4.
4 for Sabby.
5.
And 5 for Sean. Question 5 with answers of 4, 5, and 6.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone's getting it. Recently, which country sent balloons filled with trash and excrement to a neighboring country?
North Korea. I don't know, but it's giving France. Could be North Korea.
North Korea.
Sweden?
I'm going to assume that Pakistan sent it to India.
Okay. North Korea.
I'm going to go Ireland.
That would be
Ireland.
4. Yeah. Good old Ross. 4. That means Sabrina's picking up 2 points, and Sean with a guess of 5 picking up 1 point. 3 questions remaining now. We move on to question 6. Which U.S. president was assassinated by Charles Guiteau?
Sabrina.
Sabrina?
I know what president was not assassinated by that person. So that would be... it's an older one. It is... It's one of the earlier ones for sure. And I can see...
Yeah, there's a lot of stretching going on here.
Do you know what it is? No.
It's your turn to guess. What are you talking about?
Friggin' Cover.
That is
Cover.
That is
Hoover.
incorrect.
All right.
Sea lane.
Sea lane?
Polk.
That is incorrect.
I'd like to hear the question again.
You got it, my man. Which U.S. president was assassinated by Charles Guiteau?
Who was assassinated?
Feels good to stretch, doesn't it?
Many people have been assassinated over the years.
No.
Being assassinated means when a head of state
Don't
is
look
killed,
at that chat.
generally for political reasons.
He's waiting for the chat.
The answer is McKinley?
Oh, you're so close. Garfield. Garfield was killed
Hates
in
Mondays.
the 1880s.
Hates Mondays and got assassinated.
You're
Son of a bitch.
20 years off. So let's see. Question 5, C Lane. So we will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said James Garfield?
0.
0 Goosey.
2.
2 for Sabrina.
4.
And 4 for Sean.
That's a stretch.
Question 6 with answers of 0, 2, and 4. So far, you guys are perfect through 5.
Ding, 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 ding.
Who is it? Which U.S. president was assassinated by Charles Guiteau?
Garfield. McKinley. Garfield.
I'm way too drunk to know that.
Kennedy.
Garfield.
Who's the really big guy? Garfield.
I'm going to go Adams.
4. So Sean is picking up 2 points on that one.
Wow.
I just want to go back to moments ago when I said 4 and people were flabbergasted at the idea that I might pick 4 as my answer. And it turns out that I was correct. Did you guys recognize that happened just now or no?
I don't remember it. Do you, Celine?
It's possible.
I mean, it literally just happened. Just
back to the
occurred
tape.
right in front of all of our eyes here.
We got to move on.
We have two questions remaining. Question 7. On Saturday, which country became the first ever to retrieve samples and take off? Sean.
China.
China's
Come
correct.
on. First.
Did you guys just see where I got that China one right, too? Did you see that? Like, 2 to 2, back to back?
You want me to
I
see
did.
how I turn your microphone off real quick?
Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said China, the first to retrieve samples and take off from the far side of the moon? What a feat.
3 plus 3 equals...
Land a person there, China. That's a
6.
Uh-huh.
6 it is, Fritz.
6 for Sean.
5.
5 for C-Lane.
7.
And 7 for Sabrina.
I regret
Question
that.
7 with answers of 5, 6, and 7. You've been perfect through 6.
Ding, 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 ding,
Wow.
ding,
Every
ding.
time he says it, I think we messed it up.
Same.
Perfect through 5. On Saturday, which country became the first ever to retrieve samples and take off from the far side of the moon?
China.
I'm gonna go China because they were far side of the moon
Ross,
not too
just
long
say
ago.
the answer.
Russia.
China.
Zimbabwe.
Oh, China.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
China.
That would be 5.
Yeah.
So C-Lane is picking up 2 points, and Sean with a guess of 6 picking up 1 point.
All right.
That means we move on to the last question. But before we do, let's take a look at the leaderboard. In first place with 10 points, Sabrina Ambra / Console Bob.
Okay.
In second place with 8 points, C-Lane / that annoying text guy. And in third place with 7 points, Sean / Simply Jeremy. So 10, 8, and 7.
All right.
Question 8. What is the capital of Massachusetts?
C-Lane. Boston.
Boston is correct.
Okay.
C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Beantown?
8.
8.
8.
8 for Sabrina.
7.
And 7
Crazy.
for Sean. Question 8 with answers of 7 and 8. You guys have been perfect through 7. Last one was the capital of Massachusetts.
Who cares?
Lincoln.
Lincoln, Massachusetts.
Boston. Really? Wow.
Boston.
Wicked
Everyone's laughing.
Boston.
Boston.
Salem.
I'm just going to say Boston, but I know it's wrong. It's correct.
Oh, okay.
That would be 5. So no points awarded on that one.
God.
And that means, let's see, at the end of the day, doing the tally. Up in first place and winning, Fritz on the Street with 10 points. Sabrina Ambra / Console Bob. Congratulations. In second place with 9 points, C-Lane / that annoying text guy.
Right.
And in third place with 8 points, Sean / Simply Jeremy. That means if I have to do the points, which I will do, yes. All right, and I'm done. In first place with 153 points and still leading on Fritz on the Street, Mr. Christopher Lane.
Yes, sweet.
In second place with 137 points, Sean Lawson. What? And in third place, 2 points under with 135, Sabrina Ambra. And that is Fritz on the Street.
Ooh, thank you, Fritz! All right. Fritz on the Street. Always a good time, even though I always lose. Yeah, I'm just happy to be taking part in this and just to be a part of it.
So there's that.
I have lost my lead from second to third place. It's now down to 2 points, in case you haven't noticed. And
Sean, you won 2 weeks ago.
I did, but I forget about my wins very quickly.
Well, I got to remind you.
I appreciate you doing that. And I like the Capitals. I don't even get a chance to make my guess. It's everybody's they go too fast. I'm an older man here, and I'm just trying to get by, question by question. If you, too, want to follow along with what's happening in the world of our friend Fritz, all you have to do is follow along on Instagram. It's no_regrets_coyote, right? That's where you can find him. No_regrets_coyote on Instagram. Follow along and see what's going on with Fritz, and including what's happening with Fritz Funhouse Trivia. So you can take part in a fun trivia night at a place where you can get some great food over at Cavo's. But also, you can maybe take part in Fritz on the Street and be part of the segment. So that's all out there and waiting for you. Fritz, are you going to hang out with us today?
Hell yeah. Yes.
All right. Big Wednesday. We got a lot to get into still. We got more folks who want to join us via dispatch. We love you. We appreciate that. And we have to talk about many other things.
Like
including,
what, Sean? Oh.
Well, one of the things is how these energy drinks that you've been drinking oh so quickly and oh so much of, how they may do a real number on you. And number two, how one of the biggest pizza companies is already using artificial intelligence in the weirdest of ways. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Later today on the Jim Colbert Show, the Central Florida Zoo will be in studio for Animal House. Plus, we'll hear from Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell, get us fired up about something going on here in Central Florida. And the winner of JCS Trivia today will get tickets to see Santana and the Counting Crows. Plus, your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
Authorities are clearing up a couple accidents around the area. Travel with caution this afternoon. Off to the right shoulder on the Greenway southbound over Lake Jessup Bridge there's an accident there. Orange Blossom Trail northbound at Rosamond Drive. And authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive westbound near State Road 429. The right lane is blocked there. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Use the experts on hiring for professional roles. Visit SRGExpress.com to connect with professionals in accounting, IT, and engineering. The specialized recruiting group takes an individual approach, placing people in contract and full-time roles. SRGExpress.com.
If you own a timeshare, these are scary times. From the timeshare companies that have perfected the high-pressure sales tactics to the endless pop-up exit companies that are often just as bad as the timeshare companies. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Since 2011, our mission at Wesley has been to change the timeshare industry by educating folks and helping them get out of their timeshare. Our proven process has helped over 40,000 timeshare owners get out of their timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results have made us an industry leader. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free, exposing the tricks of the timeshare industry and how we get folks out of their timeshare.
For your free info kit, call 800-822-1490. That's 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Hey there, it's Russ Rollins. I'm talking to all the homeowners out there who are tired of staring at their cold swimming pools. It's time to stop wasting money on a pool that you can't use. With Solar Source, you can enjoy your pool year-round like I do. Top 5 things Solar Source customers do after solar heating their pools? Well, spend time with your family. Go nighttime swimming. You got movie nights in the pool. You got water workouts and much more. Friends of mine, friends of Russ Rollins, can save big money when scheduling a free consultation today at solarsource.com/monsters. Don't wait any longer. Start enjoying your pool again with Solar Source.
Glad to finally have you over. What do you think?
You could install a bay window to let in more natural light over there.
Huh?
Sorry. Sorry, it's just that I saved hundreds on my Navy Federal Credit Union home equity loan. Now I see potential home improvement projects everywhere.
Learn more about how our home equity loans with no closing costs can help you get more from your home base at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. Membership required. Loan subject to change.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-254-5751. 800-254-5751. Again, that's 800-254-5751. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to endurancewarranty.com.
My wife and I we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
I'm Maria Konnikova.
And I'm Nate Silver.
And our new podcast, Risky Business, is a show about making better decisions. We're both journalists who moonlight as poker players, and that's the lens we're going to use to approach this entire show.
We're going to be discussing everything from high-stakes poker to personal questions.
Like whether I should call a plumber or fix my shower myself.
And, of course, we'll be talking about the election.
Listen to Risky Business on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Risky Business.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
I swear, it's so true, C-Lane. It's like just a random 3 topics.
Yeah.
That every podcast that iHeart advertises for is covering. It's a random 3 things.
It's like a Jimmy Fallon game, you know, that where they're like boop, 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 beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep.
This week on the show, we talk about dairy cows, prolapsed anuses, and the $100 bill.
Oh,
And usually,
how do they all relate?
Usually something with food so we can hear people eating and always going, oh, it's great. Oh, it's fantastic. It's delicious. It's great.
Great A stuff. We love them. We appreciate them. All that good stuff. I want to be an intermediary for a moment here because I think I can excel at this. I think I can do okay at this. Do better than okay.
Okay.
And that is being an intermediary through or between the Gen Xers and the Boomers and the Gen Zers.
Oh, you think that you're going to do a good job with this?
Yeah, I think I could talk between those two groups okay. I think that I can help translate a little bit.
Tell me more.
I have talked to, I'm not exaggerating here, in the last week, probably 4 or 5 different people who are either Gen X or Boomers and who are in direct positions of hiring and who tell me right now, in no uncertain terms, that they try to avoid hiring Gen Z people as most as they possibly can.
That's sad.
There's a lot of reasons for it. And every one of them said the same reasons to me. So to Gen Z folks, at least fake it. Fake it, okay?
Yeah.
So you can get in the door and get the job. The idea that there's some issues here between Gen Z and Gen X or Gen Z and Boomers is no surprise. Not much of a surprise. Gen Z was the one who called the pandemic the Boomer Eraser, which was super funny, and took shots always at Boomers as much as they possibly could. But Gen Z is like mega demanding. So many of these people that are in positions to hire many people, I kid you not, have told me, Gen Z people, they only want to come in like a couple of days a week. They don't want to work. They're like 40 hours. This is ridiculous. They say, I want to be able to call off at the last minute, no call, no show kind of thing, no punishment.
Not feeling good mentally. So,
mental health day. I want to take off.
My Riz is mid right now.
I got to take the day off. I got to get my Riz up. All of these things that were just across the board in every single one of these employers.
What was Riz again?
Charisma.
Charisma.
Oh.
Yeah.
On Saturday, I was working as a sound designer engineer for a dance show. It was about a 2-hour-long show, and I had 2 Gen Z students at this high school, which shall remain nameless. Okay. And one was on the phone the entire time.
Rydell High.
When I asked her to give me just a little bit of bump with volume, she would put her phone down and then just crank it. And then everyone in the crowd goes like that, and I see just heads turn, and I go, half of that.
Oh God,
it was really stressful.
Nightmare.
Some of these, not all of them, I'm not painting with too broad a brush here, but some of these Gen Z workers lack a certain finesse. They grew up when the job market was so on fire that you could just move from gig to gig to gig. Dylan has done this a lot. Dylan is Gen Z, right? He would be Gen Z, born in 2000? Is that within the Gen Z? That's not the newer generation. It was like Gen Alpha or whatever.
Gen Z years.
I'm telling you, I'm not kidding here. I have had conversation with these people, and unprompted. I'm not asking like, hey, what's going on with Gen Z people you're hiring? I've just heard these people exasperated in what it's like dealing with some of the younger employees that they try to hire. Their outsized expectations and all kinds of other issues that they're running into. And the problem with that is I think it could end up unknowingly affecting a whole generation in terms of them getting jobs to begin with. Now, people will tell you that, oh, we just hire the best for the job. We hire the perfect person. That's just not true. They hire the best with some caveats, right? The best person that was also nicest during the interview. The best person who I think is going to be the most flexible and easiest to work with. The best person that seems to have a really solid work ethic. That's an important thing for a lot of people who are hiring. The best person who seems like they'll be an ally for the company, as opposed to some of these young people who might go into a company and then try to work against the very company that's paying them a bill or paying them a paycheck every month.
Sure.
And one of the things I saw, now this was on Fox News, so who knows, all right? But I still think it's kind of funny. And it says, during job interviews, employers say, and this matches up with the folks who I talked to, recent college graduates have, this is during their interviews, number one problem, struggle with eye contact. 53% struggle with eye contact during the job interviews that they're having.
Used to be a thing that's like if somebody struggled making eye contact with you, there people would go, he's autistic. He's on the spectrum, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's still commonplace by a lot of older people. Like, oh man, can't have this guy in. We got heavy machinery around here. This kid's acoustic. We just can't do this right now. They also said they asked for unreasonable compensation. That's 50% of the interviews that they've done. They believe have asked for unreasonable compensation. 47% have been dressed inappropriately.
I love that.
27% used inappropriate language, which kind of like, what the F's up?
Yeah.
What's going on with
How
this
much
job?
do I get paid in this S job?
They just go in with cursing, which I'll pump the brakes on that one. I think that is actually a very big generational shift. I don't think it's a big deal for younger people. The cursing is not seen as an issue, whereas it might be with boomers. I don't think Gen Z cares quite as much. Millennials, I'm again, this is very general the way I'm speaking here, but I think overall, people who are younger tend to not care as much about the language thing. Now, if we went into iHeart and we were like, "What's up, MFers?" and we were just like screaming curse words at all the meetings, somebody would probably say something. But if I drop the S-bomb at a meeting, nobody's blinking an eye.
Oh,
nobody's batting an eye over that. They don't care.
The last meeting we all had, everyone was cursing.
Yeah, no one cares. Bosses are cursing.
Yeah, they were saying, where the F is Sean?
That wasn't all my fault. I solved the problem, too. I fixed that.
Oh, I solved the problem.
No, I solved the problem.
I solved it this morning.
I solved it this morning.
Okay.
Well, how did you solve it? I'll tell you how I solved it.
I allowed notifications for SMS alerts and Twitter notifications, even though there's a do not disturb on.
Yeah, I said don't share between devices.
This is
so
something
that,
we can discuss
we're
later.
having the thing. I said don't do it between devices so that on the computer that it's set to do, won't do it, and then on yours it won't do it.
Even better. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, we doubled it up there. We kung fu'd it together, Sealand. Double kung fu, as they say.
You guys are allies for each other. I love that.
Honestly, who doesn't say double kung fu? It's really starting to catch on right now. People are getting into it. They also said they refused to turn on a camera during a virtual interview. So, like, they're doing a Zoom interview, and they're like, no, I'm not turning my camera on. I'm audio only for this.
They might be trying to, I mean, that seems ridiculous more just because, like, you're interviewing for a job. Like, you're going to have to show up there, and at some point, they're going to have to see what you look like at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, they might not want to turn on the camera because of any number of reasons in the background that would like dressed inappropriately is one of them. Like, what if they're in their room and their Bob Marley posters are showing and they think
blur the background.
Yeah.
What about this?
Or they don't want to make eye contact.
Yeah, my favorite one. Hang on, let me see if I can make this so it's available. Doesn't matter if you're not on the stream. Brought a parent to the interview, 19%.
Wow, that's almost 20%.
They said 1 out of 5 brought a parent to the interview. Do you know who I blame for that?
The parents?
Not Gen Z. Why are the parents going to the interviews?
That's strange.
I
that's very strange.
Gen Z was probably like, I got an interview. Like, okay, baby, I'll be going with you. I'm gonna take you with the interview.
Did you brush your
to the
teeth?
interview.
Oh my God! Go brush your teeth.
I want to know more about that 19%. Like, I want to know, did the parent come into the office
Like
and
waited in the
sit
lobby?
next to you? I mean, waiting
Like
in the lobby is
stepbrothers?
fine. Yeah, like stepbrothers, kind of.
They're lined up right behind him in the chair.
They're all wearing
by.
suits.
That's weird. That's on the parents if they want to show up for these interviews. So my overall note here is Gen Z kids, if you're trying to get a new job, at least pretend so that you can connect with these Gen X hirers and Boomer hirers,
Absolutely.
probably more so Gen X hirers, to get the job before you go in and then like sort of start, working through some of the changes you want to make.
If there's anything that millennials are good at, it is faking it until we make it.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Look at
And
that.
I want to know
you can't just demand everything.
if any of the 19% that brought the parents, did they also fall into any of the other categories on that list? Like, did they bring their parents and use inappropriate language? Did they bring their parents and they and the parent, neither of them were dressed appropriately?
Could you imagine
Probably.
the interview and the mom's like sitting next to the person you're interviewing?
Sit up straight.
And then they look like you ask them a question. So you're, what is your background?
Eye contact, baby, eye contact.
Well, mommy, what would you say?
Yeah. Can you give me a little hint here?
Mom?
Your mom's like your version of Chat GPT in real life. And it's like, this is weird, man. What do you think? Let me know. If you are somebody who's in the position of hiring people and you've kind of seen some of this, let's get it out there. The Gen Z people are willing to be flexible, I'm sure. This will help them out with at least getting the positions to start. But if you've noticed this, let me know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send a dispatch right now. When we come back, we're running late. We'll get into the energy drinks and the fast food AI that I talked about, plus jury duty with Amanda Knox and an update there, believe it or not. All that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy, three-time Pro Bowler. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's.
Florida will not play for a national championship in softball. Gators were eliminated by three-time defending champion Oklahoma yesterday. As for the Rays, they'll go for a two-game sweep of the Marlins tonight in Miami. Right-hander Zach Eflin starts on the hill there for Tampa Bay. And 16-year-old Lily Johannes became the third youngest player to score for the U.S. women's national soccer team last night against South Korea. I'm Scott Davidson.
Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
Let's make Father's Day something this year with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. It whips up over 60 premium cocktails on demand, each ready at the push of a button. And right now, you get $50 off when you buy one pack of Dad's favorite cocktail capsules. Make Dad's Father's Day by making cocktails with all natural juices and bitters without making any mess at all. Visit BARTESIAN.com/father to get $50 off the best premium cocktail maker for Dad. Bartesian. Premium cocktails on demand.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Well, I started using it about 4 or 5 months ago, and 2 or 3 months into it, I just kind of noticed one day I saw all of this extra hair growth around my widow's peak. That hair growth is probably about 5 inches, all in that area that used to have absolutely no hair at all. I don't think I'll ever stop using it.
Fantastic results, Marcy. Herm can absolutely regrow your hair by nourishing the scalp and repairing dormant and damaged hair follicles. Made for men and women and all hair types, Herm with 17 botanical plant actives has proven safe and effective in generating new hair growth, whether it's a receding hairline, the crown of the head, or thinning hair. For a natural solution to regrow thicker, healthier hair, go to greatlifenow.com and see how you can get a free bottle of Herm today. That's greatlifenow.com. greatlifenow.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
iHeart Radio Broadway celebrates this year's Tony Awards Sunday, June 16th, and takes you backstage with Broadway's biggest stars and commercial-free Broadway hits 24/7. Popular. Just search iHeart Radio Broadway on the iHeart Radio app and start listening.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Got an iPhone? Sweet. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1.
Real 104.1.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out.
Knox, believe it or not, and some other things like a freak out from somebody who stole an iPhone. We'll get to all of that momentarily. First, let me clean up some teases real quick. There is a story that truly is not getting enough attention, and it is the rise in the United States of America in colon cancer diagnoses in young people. And a lot of medical experts and researchers have been trying to figure out what is causing this. A high sugar diet, they say. But one of the things they're pointing their fingers at is these highly caffeinated energy drinks. They think that they could be partly, at least in some way, fueling the explosion of colorectal cancers in young people. And
how young are we talking?
Well, we're talking about
7.
people between 18 and 40.
Oh, wow.
That's very, very young for like rectal cancer. Generally, they say 90% of cancers affect people over the age of 50. But in this case, it's creeping down younger and younger and younger. And they believe it's like gut health. And they think that your gut health starts to go south. And that's what leads to these early cancer cells.
But just energy drinks, considering all the other crap that people put in their bodies, how do they narrow it down to energy drinks?
Not just energy drinks, but they think that could be partly fueling the explosion of these colorectal cancers in young people in the United States.
Their bowels.
They're trying to see if their plan will work out to discover whether drinking an energy drink every day, causes levels of cancer-causing gut bacteria to rise. And they said diets high in sugar and low in fiber may also be contributing to this epidemic in under 50s with colon cancer, which is no good. Alicia says, have a friend from childhood is currently fighting stage 4 colon cancer. It spread to her liver.
Oh,
God, that's tough.
man.
She's 45. She says 45. God, that's tough. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. It's just really scary anytime you hear these things.
Yeah, I mean, couple that also with, not everyone, but that crowd that would go out and eat a whole bunch of wings, and then also a couple beers and then sodas throughout the day, energy drinks, it's
Yeah, I'm trying to work on like future me, and I said I would love.
You and me both, baby.
Yeah, let's do this, Fritz. You're doing a hell of a lot better than me so far. So I got to catch up here. I'm trying to get rid of like hyper processed and very, very processed foods. And then I said, well, what does that mean? And usually it's like corn syrup and various other ingredients that you have in these foods that you're eating.
Palm oil.
Palm oil as well. The moment you start to look at the label, you're like, son of a bitch. Everything has this stuff in it. And you go, oh, God, this is going to be a lot harder to keep up with if I'm trying to do this. But if they come out with studies that say that that's what's leading to these outcomes, I'm sorry, I don't want to have cancer. Look, in my family, I don't have to tell most of you, my mother died 8-9 years ago of cancer. My father died like 7 years ago of cancer. My sister, who just died, had cancer when she died. This is something that runs in my family at a very extreme level. So I want to try to work on that, but I didn't even know we had other fears, new fears that were arising here.
Constantly. And to think that what could kill you is the stress that you have over all the things you should be fearing.
Isn't that it? Isn't that the son of a bitch right there?
Cortisol levels, yeah.
Yeah, that you could, just by being afraid of the things that might not actually be causing you cancer, be causing yourself cancer with a heightened stress. Oh, God.
Which causes your heart to attack you.
All I want to do is survive.
Yeah.
It's like the playbook for this seems more difficult than imagined. Also, Domino's is using artificial intelligence now. Why? Well, they said they're going to be making deliveries faster by making pizzas before people order.
Oh, okay.
Not bad.
Sort of like
novel idea.
Okay, I mean they have that.
Well, this is new for them.
Pre-made sandwich or something.
No. They are going to know beforehand. They said with AI, delivery drivers won't need to spend time looking for a parking spot to come in and grab the pizza. Wiener said, "This is all according to Wiener." Russell John Wiener, the CEO of Domino's. Bet you didn't know that. With AI, delivery drivers won't need to do that. They said that means we're making your pizzas sooner. It means we're bringing out the delivery driver quicker. It means more run for them, more tips, faster delivery for you. So I guess if somebody orders a pizza every Friday at 5 o'clock, they'll go, there's a very high likelihood that this person's going to order the same exact pizza on Friday at 5 o'clock, so make the pizza.
Or they could par cook a pizza.
What's that mean?
Like
thank you.
Partially cooked, like partially make it, and then if they need to add anything to it, they can, throw it back,
toss a little
put
on.
it back through the oven. But what would really be cool is if they were so like if you had like an AI generated score with Domino's that said when this guy starts to order a pizza, he finishes ordering the pizza. He doesn't change his mind. He doesn't go,
consistent.
And so the app should be watching you from the second you start ordering the pizza.
Yeah.
Then if you have this good score generated by AI, by the time you've paid for it, they're already throwing that thing in the oven.
Yeah.
They're about to put it in that guy's car.
They're skipping ahead on the pizza tracker is what they're doing.
Exactly.
That would scare the hell out of you, though, if you order this pizza and then like 2 minutes later it's like,
The pizza tracker. They put the tracker in pizza tracker.
No, thank you.
Man,
I'm not doing that.
It's happening. All right, let's go. She's not taking part. She's withdrawing.
I'm against it. I think
I'm not
it's
paying
crazy.
if it's before 30 minutes.
So you want it to be 30 minutes or more is what you're switching
from
to.
what I'm used to is I order the pizza and then I have that time to really think about it and get excited and then prepare the plates. Maybe even get pants that stretch a little bit. Whatever it is, if I'm to order it and then they show up 2 seconds later, I'm not mentally ready.
You're like the Uber customer. If the car shows up too soon, you're like, whoa,
1,000%. If they said
I
they'll
didn't have time to pee.
be here in 8 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're here, check the license. I'm like, I was not ready for this. Go away.
All right. Well, maybe they're going to go too fast and I'll have to dial it back.
Call
it
me
could be
old
an
school.
issue. We will get to jury duty. In fact, we'll do that next. We'll talk about this Amanda Knox case. And I got to play this audio for you. This woman got caught red-handed by a news crew stealing stuff. And her reaction was badass insane. So you've got to hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Displaying a level of apathy that can only be achieved through years of studying. Okay, I guess you don't want to be petted. Cats. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. Goldsmithjewelry.com.
Watch out for a bit of congestion on I-4 westbound between County Road 46A and State Road 434. There's also delays due to an accident on Colonial Drive westbound at State Road 429. The right lane is blocked there. There's an accident off to the right shoulder on the Greenway southbound over Lake Jessup Bridge. And an earlier accident still causing commotion on Orange Blossom Trail northbound at Rosamond Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by the Franchise Show June 8th and 9th at Orange County Convention Center. OrlandoFranchiseShow.com.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had Leaf Filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/beacon first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/beacon to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight.
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. You know, I've been on the air for over 30 years with headphones on, and I've had them way too loud. And that's why I like MD Hearing. They've made these new Neo rechargeable digital hearing aids, and nobody can actually see them. They fit in your ear. Get the hearing you deserve with MD Hearing. Go to shopmdhearing.com and use promo code RUSS and get their new $297 when you buy a pair offer. Plus, they're adding a free extra charging case. It's a $100 value. So that's mdhearing.com and use the promo code RUSS and get their their new $297 when you buy a pair offer.
I love playing pranks on my sister, and this deal going on at McDonald's is my chance to take the lead. Enjoy any 2 items for $3.79. From the iconic McDouble, the McChicken, a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, to even a small soft drink. I'm gonna pair my McDouble with her small fries, but secretly pull her fries out of the bag. She won't even notice. Hey, where'd the fries go? Sounds like my prank just got fried. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's frozen drinks. I call them air cup-ditioners. Air cup-ditioners come in all my fave flavors, like frozen Coke, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and frozen Sprite Limonade. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.49 after breakfast hours. My air cup-ditioner is on full blast. Air drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Limonade are registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
Boss, did you know Safe Touch Security is the home of the 45-second or less guaranteed response?
Of course, it's just one of the reasons why I hate Safe Touch.
For a limited time, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
4th cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Vibe every single summer with a lifetime warranty on new Nissans at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
SetTheNewsJunkie.com and OMG It's Price emails. Now, he's talking about something we discussed on the show for a bit yesterday, and this was my interest in the fact that Method Man and Redman, 2 big rappers of the 90s and 2000s, or decent-sized names at the very least. They were in movies, they were in music, they were in Wu-Tang, and they were just, they were out there. We knew who these guys were. They were playing at a music festival for a rap station, I think, in New York, and they weren't feeling it. They said, we're never going back. We're not doing this anymore. They might not even be like doing concerts anymore because they thought that there was too big of a generational gap. Speaking about generational gaps, as we talked earlier in the show, this is one with music. And they're saying they went out there, they're all on the stage and they put on a show and the crowd was not bobbing. They were not getting with it. They didn't seem to know the music. And I said, that's weird because if these people were at a rock show, they probably know older rock music, even from the 90s and the 2000s, sure. Even if they're Gen Zers. Gen Zers know the words to Limp Bizkit songs, right? They go nuts for it. But why?
Sorry.
Why did this fall through the crack was the question.
Now, I've noticed with these older bands that they get this influx of new listeners or people willing to, like, go to the shows, and it's because the clip of their song goes viral on TikTok or some remix. We saw that with Creed recently.
Which is kind of cool.
With, Stranger Things and Kate Bush. Oh, yeah. And I think Metallica even had a run because of Stranger Things. So it's like, wow, is it smarter if you're going to play a show like this, you're Redman and Method Man, to make sure your song goes a little viral beforehand?
they still have a chance, because you're right. You're not wrong about that. These TikTok songs can bring a band from Nowhereville back into existence, and all of a sudden they're relevant again. They're charting again, right? Because people go buy the song. They go download it afterwards. So OMG It's Price chimes in on this, and he says, hey, Junkies, Price here, First Dispatch. Says, I didn't want to take up too much time on the show, and I didn't know how to get my take across quickly enough. There were a few things you guys said that I wanted to address, and I felt like this would be the best way to do so. I'm going to go 2X. Hip-hop, I think more so than most genres of music, has always been about being current or ahead of times. Think of how many rap songs you've heard where the rapper specifically shouts out the year at the beginning or the end of the song.
Yeah,
KRS-One signature, fresh for insert year, you suckers, in his songs, or Juvenile saying Cash Money taking over for the 99 and 2000 at the beginning of Back That Ass Up, for example. He says, I started listening to rap as an adolescent in the mid-90s.
Price is citing sources. I like this. This is well thought out.
He's got a background here. He says, despite rap only being popular 10 to 15 years from that point in the mid-90s, there was already a contingent of old heads who touted the rap from the 80s as better than what was coming out. Those who preferred Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash, Sugar Hell Gang, etc. over Nas, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Wu-Tang, Method Man, and Redman, and the like. My love for hip-hop peaked in my late teens, early 20s, so I lean more towards the generation of DMX, Outkast, 50 Cent, Eminem, Jay-Z, and those from the 90s who were still relevant at the time, Method Man and Redman included. Although I respect the 80s rappers for paving the way, aside from a few songs I put on to dance to or whatever, I'm not really looking to go to Fat Boys concerts in the late 90s or early 2000s. Fair enough. I have to imagine Gen Z feels the same way about Method Man and Redman. So he's saying, much as the 90s, 2000s rap fans did not really like the 80s and maybe very late 70s rap stuff or the very early 80s stuff, the Gen Z folks, the newer people in 2024, they don't care as much for the previous styles of rap. He says, furthermore, rap has gone much more pop in the last 2 decades than it ever did in the 1990s. Method Man and Redman, despite some level of crossover success, are still seen as more street rappers than pop rappers. Despite Wu-Tang Clan and Lil Nas X both falling under the rap genre, it's really hard to see many similarities in their music. Doja Cat and Sexy Red, who headlined Summer Jam this year, are firmly in the pop set and cater toward the current generation, while Method Man and Redman do not. Using your example of 21 Pilots on the show, you can't just have any band from an older generation on before them and expect the crowd to be into it.
Sure.
He said,
sorry.
Sublime or 311 would work. Chumbawamba probably wouldn't. 98 Degrees definitely wouldn't.
I get that, but then you also have this generation, and we've seen this nostalgia train just like chugging. So if you're going to have someone like Redman and Method Man, they could have done very well. Maybe this is not promoted properly. Like
maybe
in the way that you're
been
reaching out to the generations that would show up for it.
But you're saying maybe it should have been at a 90s rap festival.
Right.
And then the audience is built in to know.
There's also, like what kind of familiarity does the crowd have with like hits from Method Man or Redman?
Exactly. Yeah. That was kind of my thing.
Not too many hits.
Also, I can't find, I've found so many pictures of the lineup, but I can't find the schedule. Like, what time did Redman and Method Man go on?
It was like 2 p.m.
25, or something.
Yeah,
like
that would change.
That is
everything.
a terrible time to go on.
Right. That is not going to be handy for them, and it's going to change drastically how the audience perceives things.
I mean, even on a smaller scale, because I'll tell you what, I like looking at this this lineup. Obviously, Doja Cat and Friends and Sexy Red are the first 2 names. Right. I know those. Some of these in the middle, Cash Cobain, Bass Swag.
Cash Cobain,
I don't.
Bass Swag.
Yeah,
I've heard of Cash Cobain, but I don't know the music.
No, the Ty Dolla $ign, I know that name.
Sure.
And then there's some things. Celebrity host A Boogie celebrating the life of Mr. C with Big Daddy Kane. Then we get to Jadakiss. I know Jadakiss. Eric B. and Rakim. I know that.
Big Daddy Kane was there.
See, I'm wondering, how did Jadakiss do?
Yeah,
because
he didn't complain.
Very popular.
He didn't say that there was too big of a generational gap for him, at least. But he says, we're the old heads now. So I don't want us to become the old heads. I try to keep you guys in touch with what's happening. And one of the newest
Old head would
rappers
say
that's getting attention out there is MC Baba. And I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him yet.
No.
But MC Baba is very particular in his sound and is drawing huge crowds. He's the first ever mute rapper. He's the first ever mute rapper.
How does that work, Sean?
And he's taken off right now. And this is him here. I'll just give you a sample so you can be up with what's happening because MC Baba is like the latest round of these folks. Here's some of his rap. I
think my kid would love it.
You think so? It's called Def Hop. It's literally a genre.
Okay, so this is interesting though. And
wait, is he
Fritzy,
deaf or mute?
I think he's mute, and the genre is called Def Hop, but it says he's mute. It says MC Baba.
Oh, he's not completely mute. Obviously, he's making some noise here, but as a producer, Fritzy, like this is clear. The music was made afterwards, right? Because you could hear that the tone, the pitch is matching the beat behind it.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
And
so
if you can't hear the beat,
correct.
Then,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, he might not be completely deaf. He might have partial hearing, and also he might be able to feel it. Yeah, there's always that. And then he is just vocalizing. It's a he, right?
Yeah, it's a he.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably just vocalizing around the music.
It sounds like a beat though, like someone should be rapping over it.
I don't hate it because it kind of has like the like Afro beat vibe, you know, from like the 60s and 70s, where it's just kind of like vocalization.
Imagine going to the concert though, and
it's not
he
for
won't
me. I will
even
say that.
know if someone's booing him.
If I heard this enough times, I'd be into it.
All right.
Just know all
Or
the
I'd be
noises.
rocking back and forth in the fetal position.
Turn it up! All right, here it is. It says MC Baba. Here's one of the news stories about him. Hailing from the Democratic Republic of Congo, has emerged as a revolutionary figure in the world of
Afrobeat?
rap.
Yeah.
Proving that barriers can be overcome with creativity and determination. He began his career in 2021. He's captured the attention of thousands on social media thanks to his innovative musical style despite his hearing and speech disabilities.
Okay, but this article doesn't say that he's a mute. It says he's deaf.
It says hearing and speech disabilities.
Capital D? Capital D?
I just saw the headline.
Okay.
Let's see if it says anything else about him. From duo to solo career, wants to launch. Okay. Despite his hearing impairment, MC Baba is not considered mute as he emits sounds to communicate. This approach differentiates him and positions him as a pioneer in what some call Def Hop, a subgenre that has been explored by other artists like American Warren Wawa Snipe. I've not heard of Warren Snipe.
Let's pull it up.
Or Finnish Sign Mark. Both of them are in this Def Hop subgenre of music.
Riddle me this.
I dig it then.
Is it inappropriate to then sing
along? I don't know. It seems a little like it could be.
I don't even know if I can sing along.
That's not too. That's not bad.
How dare you, Sabrina?
I know.
Yes,
I
no.
feel uncomfortable doing it, and I feel like I'm going to also get called by Jack Bradshaw to a meeting.
He's a guy. He's an MC. He's out there. He's the next
You're talking
genre
about Jack for a
that's
second.
What?
up and coming. Not Jack Bradshaw, though he probably would.
He's a guy too.
Groovy.
I think he just rhyme a lot of stuff with Daddy-O, though, and it would be
Daddy-O,
more.
Fatty-O.
It would be more tight than this guy. So, as somebody else said, Bootsy says Most Def was taken. It would have been a great name.
Oh yeah.
But already taken. All right, let's go to this. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Honestly, phonetically, or like Most Def is taken, but if you spelled it Most DEAF, I think you could get away with it. Like there's so many DJs and rappers that are borderline copyright infringers by just like adding a letter.
True. Very true. All right. Moses DeWitt is sponsoring jury duty today, as always. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. If you're in an accident, there are lots of attorneys that are screaming at you every 5 seconds, but there is one attorney that you know from being on the show. You've gotten to know Moses over the years. And so when it comes time, the unfortunate time that you or one of your loved ones is in an accident, you can trust him to fight the insurance companies on your behalf and make sure that you get what you deserve. So make that smart move after an accident, or make sure you recommend this to a family member. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. We'll get to the Amanda Knox situation. She went back to Italy for the first time in a very long time. Two quick ones really fast. You got a pantsless man. This would have been in This Week in Florida, but it ain't going to last. Pantsless man crashed into a Florida jail and threw rubber snakes while making threats, according to deputies.
I don't see the illegal part.
Joseph Leedy facing charges of criminal mischief over $1,000, 4 counts of aggravated assault. Surveillance video from the jail's lobby. I think so.
Is it a higher degree if it was real snakes?
Really good story.
It showed a lady exiting the vehicle. He reportedly began pouring motor oil on the lobby floor, saying he wanted to set it on fire. And then he started throwing rubber snakes on the floor and fought deputies while wearing a lady's blouse and no pants the whole time.
God.
What a party.
What are you in for? Attempted murder? What'd you do? Threw fake snakes?
Yeah.
It's a long
No
story.
pants.
Meanwhile, Adam Spencer is in trouble, and he stole 17 tubes of Pringles during his thieving spree in April and May in Nottinghamshire in the UK. He was spotted by police officers this week on patrol in the area. They identified him, and when they stopped him and cuffed him, he said, quote, "Once you pop, you can't stop."
Okay, that is a lie.
He's a P1.
There's no way.
Comment after the arrest. This is from Sky News, a legitimate news outlet. A Pringle thief told police, "Once you pop, you can't stop," after his arrest over a series of robberies. And now to the story that I was teasing earlier. Spirit Airlines, okay? If you've been on Spirit Airlines, put yourself in this position.
Okay.
A passenger, she loses her Apple Watch and some other Apple devices, and she uses the whole Apple Watch and Find My iPhone to locate them. And her whole luggage was missing, like the whole luggage bag with all her stuff in it. So she uses it to track it down, and it tracks it down to an employee for the airport who lives in Florida.
All right.
And she said she waited for a very long time, and then nobody would help her out. The person who lived at the airport must have stolen this bag and eventually has been arrested and charged with grand theft. But Channel 10 down in Miami, they caught up with this lady, and a reporter went to her house, and they're like, "Hey, some woman says you stole her Apple products. You give her Apple Watch back. Why are you taking her stuff?" It got a little dramatic. Here we go.
When we told her at one point Garcia's Apple Watch was pinging from inside of her house, this happened. That was coming from your house.
Stop!
She grabbed
I
it.
told you, if you don't want to go to jail with me,
She yanks the
Help, she
ID
said.
right off my neck and then claims that I hit her.
yes, put me in the camera, put me in the camera, put me in the camera.
She's
Police
hitting him
looked at
again.
the video.
That's the proof
Sounds
you
like the
come to
rapper we
stop
just
me.
listened to.
They got me my ID back and no charges were filed. Days later, Junior Bazile was in court for a status on that grand theft charge. I think we have a right to ask you to
I think this is the son, and they're following him in court because mom whopped him while they were doing this interview and hit him on his face and took his ID. But they said Junior Brazil was the person who worked in a retail store called Paradise Shops at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. And they may have stolen all the luggage from this woman. Thankfully, on the iPhone stuff, it's pretty slick. You can track stuff down, and you can get pretty close to where it is, as far as I'm aware.
Any update on the phone?
No.
They probably they'll never find it.
They might have got rid of it. I can't believe how fast these people are able to flip phones, even though they're stolen. I would have thought, like, in 2024, yeah, but it's crazy to me that in 2024, they didn't put something on a $1,000 plus iPhone that makes it so you can't use it if you've taken it from someone.
They have done that, but there's ways of getting around them, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Even if you have, like, the Face ID, because I use a Face ID, obviously.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can
they
hard
disable
reset
it.
and I mean,
Oh,
I'm sure
really?
there's many ways to do it. Because think about it. If they made it almost impossible, sure, it's great for the person who buys it, but also you get your iPhone stolen, you have to go buy a new iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh, win-win for everybody except for you.
Yeah, that's true. They don't want to do too much work. It's like a
This segment brought to
tire
you by
company.
Apple.
If a tire company found a way to make tires that just lasted for the entirety of the life of your vehicle,
Tell me about it, dude.
putting themselves out of business a little bit. Right? So they don't want to do that. And finally, before we work in some dispatches, Amanda Knox back in the news. And a court in Florence, Italy, has reconvicted her for slander. Now, I'll go back to 2007. In 2007, Amanda Knox, who was in Pergola, Italy, was accused of murdering her British roommate, Meredith Kircher, at the time. That was 2007. Italy got swept up in this case. And a lot of these crazy-ass judges, because Italy's justice system sucks. If you think ours is bad, if you think ours is like a D, they're F minus. It's the worst. One of the worst out there in the modern world. Well,
Why?
in the
Because they
Western
serve
world.
spaghetti in court?
Because the judges are all in charge, and some of the judges are crazy. All right? And these judges in 2007 said, we believe Amanda Knox was involved in a demonic sex cult, and that's why we believe that she killed her roommate. They had no evidence to back this up.
Good luck proving that.
That would have worked in the 80s.
Well, they did. At first, they convicted her. Then they were able to overturn it. And then she still was being held for slander because she had pointed the finger at another person, Patrick, who was a bartender, and that guy didn't do it. Strangely enough, Rudy Guidi, the guy who did kill Meredith Kircher in the most brutal, violent of ways, is long out of jail.
He's free.
And is completely free. I think served 14 years, if I believe.
I don't think they have life in prison over there.
They don't? Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if they do. I'm
weird,
just saying I don't think they do.
It's just a weird system that they've got her back in court for slander, and the guy who committed the violent rape and murder is no longer behind bars.
Oh, they do have life imprisonment without parole, but how did this guy get off?
This guy didn't get it. Who knows?
Wow.
Maybe because they already had accused somebody before this. I'm not sure what happened there. All right, let's go to you. Let's work in some dispatchers. We got some people who are responding to things. Let's start with Not Your Average Joe with a dispatch. Here we go.
What's up, y'all? Happy today.
Hey.
Hello, Sean, Sabrina, C-Lane, and Mr. Fritz. Always good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Man, when I was listening to that mute rapper, the first thing that came to my mind was that Yoko Ono playing with John Lennon. I think it was Chuck Berry. That's just all I could think of. Love the show, y'all.
Yeah, there was one way after John Lennon died that Sabrina had, where it was just Yoko Ono screaming stuff.
I thought it was her and Lady Gaga.
It was her art piece.
Yeah,
and I thought it was Firework by Katy Perry.
Oh, okay. He's referring to a 1970s video clip with John Lennon and Chuck Berry. I think they're on like Soul Train or something like that, jamming. And Yoko Ono has a mic and just starts screeching, and Chuck Berry does a whoa. Hey, all right, that woke me up. And then you see her screaming and nothing coming out because the audio engineer just took her mic all the way down.
Nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Wait.
That's so bad. I mean, Sabrina being a Karen.
Oh.
Here's Zach. Let's see what he says.
Sabrina.
Yes.
I love you, but you are the worst customer for anybody doing Uber Eats or Instacart or DoorDash or anything like that. Because let me tell you, as soon as we get the order, we have to go pick it up or go shop it, and then we have to deliver it. Right. We don't have somewhere to keep your groceries cold for more than a few minutes, like in a cooler bag. So, and we're also trying to make a living. So we can't just sit there and wait to deliver between the estimated delivery window that Instacart or Uber Eats gives you. We come straight to you to try to keep everything as fresh as possible and to keep making more money. So.
All right. So his point is,
I heard his point, Sean, and I think it's stupid.
Fair enough.
So maybe you should go find another job. And I'd like to speak to your manager.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when it comes to Uber Eats and DoorDash, I have leave at door, so I'm all good with that. What kind of struck me was the AI determining what pizza I wanted 2 minutes later was a little bit much for me.
Have you found, though, that they kind of, we're so far removed from the pandemic now, have you found that they've ignored that a little bit, or do they still follow your directions to just put the food outside?
For the most part, Uber Eats folks will leave it outside. There's one particular pizza place that despite leaving the tip and putting leave at door, they'll still ring the doorbell and wait.
Yeah. Is that Papa John's? Is that Papa
Yes,
John's?
it is. It's got to be Papa John's.
They do that to me, too.
Yeah.
And they
Just open it like, just put it down, please, because the dog is screaming.
They don't want to put your pizza box on the concrete.
I don't care. Put it down.
So they'll at least my guys will put it on top of the warming bag.
It's more awkward.
And then stand back so that you can pick it up off the warming bag.
No, just leave it.
I'm like,
just leave it.
Yeah.
I'm more uncomfortable by that. It's like this weird dance that we're doing, and I go, just hand me the box or something. But everybody else seems to be on board with it. I feel like they should be as well. Who knows? Or they could just use, like in Papa John's, they have those little like tables in the center of the pizza. Put one of those under the box, and then the box isn't directly on the ground, and then there you go. Problem solved.
Or like I give consent for you to put it on the ground.
Yeah, so
put
just
it on the ground.
Do what you were asked, maybe.
So am I a Karen? And if so, sorry.
AITA.
Well, we'll see what else we get. More dispatches rolling through. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to send yours right now. When we return, we'll talk about a drug that never had a chance. But boy,
cocaine.
Would it be interesting if it did?
I think that one was pretty successful, Fritz.
I agree.
Maybe it's that. Maybe. We'll see. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Florida's Turnpike and John Young Parkway. Slowdowns through the city between State Road 408 and Ivanhoe Boulevard. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive westbound at State Road 429. And there's slowdowns on the Greenway northbound approaching State Road 408. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Batteries Plus offers a wide array of battery and lighting solutions, along with key fob programming and expert phone repair, with locally owned stores in your neighborhood as well as commercial accounts to power your business. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of their 700-plus locations today.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They're a Carrier Factory Authorized dealer, and there are rebates that you get up to $1,275 on a brand new Carrier unit. If you're going to go with the experts, you got to go with Carrier, and you got to go with millsair.com. That's where I got my system. I absolutely love it. And you got to make sure you do maintenance on your AC system. They do service on all brands of AC, and it can detect and prevent an upcoming breakdown for you and save you a lot of money. You can count on millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by the Franchise Show June 8th and 9th at Orange County Convention Center. OrlandoFranchiseShow.com.
Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeart Radio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
A weekend full of superstar performances this September.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 14th.
But starting June 12th at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet?
At Massey Services, we know that no two lawns are the same. That's why we create a customized lawn care plan for whatever your landscape looks like. From season to season, our personalized treatments keep your lawn healthy and beautiful all year long. Personalized, because it is personal. We take as much pride in your lawn as you do. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Hey there, homeowners. Russ Rollins here. Are you tired of staring at a cold, unused pool? It's time to make a change. Spring is the perfect time to add solar heat to your pool and enjoy it year-round. Solar Source customers, they enjoy family time, nighttime pool parties, movie nights, birthdays, and even low-impact workouts. Don't let your pool be a monthly expense with no enjoyment. Schedule a free consultation consultation from solarsource.com/monsters. Remember, friends of Russ Rollins save even more money.
Tired of taking allergy pills every day to treat your allergies? Aspire Allergy and Sinus has helped thousands, including me, who spent years suffering before finally doing something. Like Aaron, most migraines were alleviated almost immediately after her sinus surgery with Aspire. Or Julie, who didn't even realize it was allergy season because she felt so much better after taking her allergy drops. Fixing your allergies are easier than you think it is. Go to AspireAllergy.com to set your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Spectrum Internet has enough speed to handle all your needs, so you can work, game, and stream with speeds up to a gig. Plus, Spectrum's advanced Wi-Fi provides enhanced security for all your connected devices. Get Spectrum Internet with fast and reliable speeds, starting at just $29.99 a month with a 2-year price guarantee. Visit spectrum.com/internet for you for full details. Offer subject to change, valid for qualified residential customers only. Restrictions apply.
ePass presents the romantic comedy travel experience of the summer.
Margaret, I love you.
And I love saving on Florida toll roads with ePass.
You'll fall in love with convenient roadway electronic toll payments all over again. Plus, you can qualify to win $100 in tolls. Go to getepass.com and sign up for a free ePass sticker. You'll be entered to win one of our daily giveaways of $100 in tolls now through June 16th. Choose ePass, expect savings. Get details and rules of the contest at getepass.com.
iHeartRadio celebrates the Tony Awards Sunday, June 16 on iHeartRadio Broadway. The greatest songs of musical theater.
Alexander Hamilton.
Go backstage with Broadway's biggest stars. Hear the stories behind the shows and commercial-free Broadway hits 24/7. Plus, check out exclusive interviews with this year's Tony Awards nominees. iHeartRadio Broadway, one of over 100 commercial-free stations on the iHeart app. Just search iHeartRadio Broadway and start listening.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Real Radio 104.1.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Just a moment. It's a Wednesday. We're hanging out with our friend Fritz here today.
Yay, nice guy.
You know, a lot of things I don't know. Fritz, where were you born? Where were you born?
I was born in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, so you're local. You're born here, lived your whole life. Did you ever move away at all, or you stayed here your whole life?
No, first generation, because my parents were from, my dad, Pennsylvania, my mom from Virginia.
Oh, you still got family back there?
It's like once or twice removed, so no.
Oh, man.
Not that I know of.
We don't
anyway.
talk to them.
No one that I can say like, oh, hey, Pennsylvania Pete.
Oh, you have those relatives that it's kind of like me, where if I was to go to one of their houses and walk through, they'd be like, who is this person?
Yeah.
I'm your cousin.
There's an intruder here. They wouldn't know what was going on. Do you still, what high school did you go to?
Apopka.
Apopka. All right.
Apopka High School.
Do you take issues with the really ridiculous upbringing that C-Lane had, where he went to like the fancy school and like everything
interesting
worked
how
out?
you word that question.
I don't take an issue with it, nor do I have umbrage, but I do hate him for it personally.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you should. I
mean,
it makes
that's
sense.
fair. Is that not fair?
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's like nothing went wrong. He like, oh, at your school you had this? Oh, well, we had pizza and McDonald's and the Taco Bell and this.
But it's
and
very reflective of just having one child.
I remember
Must
talking to
be
him.
nice.
I was talking to him once too, and I was like, do you ever just have like existential dread? And he's like, nope.
He has no problems like that.
No, he's
no
fine.
anxiety. He's got no issues like that.
Nothing.
Define existential dread.
Yeah, if I have to do that, don't worry about it.
I got in the car, in the truck, and seen his new truck with him as we were bringing all the rest of the shirt orders over to the post office yesterday after the show.
Cat calling. on the way.
Jackson is hanging out in the back seat, and he's so quiet you keep forgetting that he's back there. But C-Lane has like this setup where he can look back and then see a mirror and then see Jackson in the mirror. So like you keep contact with a little guy all the time as he's back there. And I was like, things have changed a lot. You used to just throw a kid in the back seat. No, there's more than that too now.
The mirror was very primitive. My wife has a thing in her car that like there's a little screen that she can, and then there's the wires. Camera? The wires go underneath around to because obviously he's young enough that he's in a backward facing car seat.
Yeah.
So there's a camera that's like a live feed of the baby.
Cute.
That even changes to night vision at nighttime, and I'm like,
I like that. That's fun.
The technology is crazy. There's even some newer vehicles.
She has it in her car. I'm the one that drives them around all the time.
There's even some new vehicles that will sense that there is a child seat in the back seat, and then when you turn off your vehicle, it will give you a dashboard reminder. Hey, don't forget, your kid is in the back seat.
The old Mazda is so far from that, doesn't even have a seatbelt back there.
You have a backup camera?
I have a backup camera,
I
sure.
got that at least.
But no seatbelt?
No, I have something happen in which I had to just actually remove the seatbelt so I can have one person who's properly secured in the back.
Wait, you don't have a seatbelt? Oh, your seatbelt in the front is fine.
Yeah, the front's fine.
Yeah, okay,
but I'm saying, like, as far as me bringing 4 of my good friends, 2 of them will be unsafe.
But aren't you in the marketplace? Aren't you trying to get a new car or like
I
a
was
different
until
car?
you keep bringing up these stories about how it's literally impossible to buy a new car.
But your car didn't come with no backseat seatbelt. You
correct.
removed
Something there was. I had to. It's broken.
What was the problem? What happened?
She cut it with a pocket knife.
So you know how it's automatic, like sucks back up. You know,
Yes.
I forget the industry term, but you pull it and then it goes back.
Like
and then
recoils.
It stayed recoiled.
Oh, no.
It's impossible to move to the point where I had to cut it. I mean, there was no way I could have access to the back seat. Moesha's had a long run.
Is that her name?
Yeah,
Moesha?
Yeah.
Moesha.
I didn't know
guys
this
didn't know
until
Yeah.
No.
And
Long enough run, and we still never knew you named it.
well, because it was none of your business. But here we are.
Rude.
But
Jesus.
here
came
we
out of
are,
nowhere.
and maybe I'll be in the market, or I just run it to the ground, and at that point, I'll get a new car.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What would you have in mind? Tesla truck, maybe? You know, the Cybertruck?
No, I don't want to look like a douchebag. and
They grab
thousands of dollars in debt.
This thing grabs so much attention. It's
Did you
ridiculous.
see the rainbow one? They made a
Yes,
rainbow
I
one
did.
for Pride.
I did see that one. I've seen that one. I've seen the
Are the
red
gays
one.
pissed?
I've
I
seen
don't
one
know.
where they polished it and they made it like a mirror reflectant Cybertruck, which almost made it kind of invisible.
That's cool.
It was
Doesn't
really
sound-
weird.
Doesn't sound safe.
No, none of it sounds safe. The car
it
doesn't
looks
seem safe.
ridiculous. It just looks. It looks like every time I see one in public, I'm like, oh, there's obviously some sort of sci-fi futuristic film being made around here.
I saw one recently that was wrapped for some guy's company, and it had like a social media all over it and stuff.
Douche Incorporated.
And I thought at the time that I was like, that's really smart, because any time somebody sees a Tesla Cybertruck right now, they're like, oh my gosh, look, it's a Tesla Cybertruck, especially if there's graphics on it. And then now I'm telling the story, and I have no clue whatsoever what this guy's company was. So I was like, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just a fleeting moment.
Fritz, what's something that people don't know about you, a skill that you have that people don't know? We know you have lots of skills, so I don't even know if there's room for any more.
Skill guy.
I mean,
Skill
he's
that people don't know about me?
Yeah, we know you're a musician. You play tons of instruments very, very well.
I'm a really good vegan cook.
Oh, you're a good cook as well?
Yeah, really good vegetarian, vegan cook, and don't really mess with meat too much. But if you want to like throw a sauce together or like throw a pizza together, I can buy the dough, make a pizza.
Is your wife vegetarian?
No, but I do most of the cooking, so she doesn't.
Ipso facto.
Yeah.
What's the go-to? Like, what's the one that you're like, this is the dish, man. We're gonna eat this, and I'm so excited about it.
Mac and cheese.
Mainly it's like the recipes that I learned from the vegan kitchen I worked at.
Oh yeah,
So it's like really good top shelf stuff.
You worked at a restaurant, in a vegan restaurant?
For
wow.
4 years. I was front and back of house. So if it got too busy, I had to go in the back and like throw pizza dough.
Full circle. One of my exes was his manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Didn't know that till after the breakup and meeting Fritz. Real awkward.
I'll stop asking questions. But
I'm going to start asking more questions.
What about you, Sean?
I'm curious why you're asking these questions.
Yeah, did Courtney run in and grab all your papers and shred them, or what's going on?
No,
here?
I have stories.
But does the question story of Fritz lead to a story, or you're just getting to know Fritz?
I want the audience to get to know Fritz even more than they already do. I want people to get to learn all of us.
I told you you're getting fired.
I love
and
it.
what's happening. I want people to
Maybe
hear
the second
stories.
time.
These stories are why people connect with you. You know? Now I'm not telling you the story about the drugs. Forget it.
I want the drugs.
Forget it. Forget it.
Come on,
It's over.
Sean.
Yeah, maybe.
Come on, do it for me, Shawnee.
All right, I'll do it
All
for
right,
you.
thank you.
I like Fritz. FDA advisory panel voting against allowing MDMA as a PTSD treatment, which
that's
kind of surprising.
Been doing that, I thought.
Yeah, I thought they already did that.
They've been using it in tests and studies, but they voted 9-2 against authorizing the drug's use for treating PTSD.
Can I get that in the next 2 weeks?
I don't know about PTSD, but I've heard from people who have tried it that if you do couples therapy or family therapy and both people do MDMA, it could be breakthrough city.
Yeah, for sure. So ketamine, which is an animal tranquilizer in higher doses, that's okay on a therapeutic level, but MDMA on a therapeutic level was voted no.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
That's going to be the next marijuana law for the next 80 years, I bet.
Could be. All right, when we come back, we'll do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends. Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Wednesday forecast. And for today, it will be a hot one with some off and on shower and thunderstorm chances possible. For today, a high of 95 degrees in Orlando with about a 40 to 50% chance of some afternoon downpours, and even a few rumbles of thunder will be possible. For our Thursday, a 60% chance of showers and storms. Temperatures really heat up, though, just in time for the weekend. A high of 98 degrees for Saturday, 99 for Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $3 English Muffin Breakfast Deal. Grab a proper breakfast with Wendy's new $3 English Muffin Breakfast Deal. Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Select or request English Muffin Deal to obtain discount. Not valid for a la carte or combo orders. Single item at regular price.
Most people pack their swimsuit away in the fall, and it doesn't come out again until May. That's when things get interesting. Or maybe a better word is shocking, especially if you've gained weight since wearing it last year. But don't worry, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution with prescription semaglutide. Semaglutide is an exciting new breakthrough in medical weight loss. It's the main ingredient in Ozempic, and clinic studies have shown it accelerates weight loss, helping you lose up to 15 pounds or more per month. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we have semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today. It's available as a weekly injection or a daily tablet. Plus, you'll get the support of our licensed medical team with meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions to prevent side effects, all for half the price of Ozempic. Lose weight and look great this summer with semaglutide from Red Mountain Weight Loss. Schedule your free consultation today. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or dial pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight.
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
At ViStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer better banking options like better rates and no hidden fees. And we continually give back to the places we call home. That focus is one reason why ViStar was named a Best in State Credit Union by Forbes magazine. So join the nearly 1 million members who choose to bank with a leader. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Insured by NCUA.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hi, I'm Chef Justin Timoneri, Florida's culinary ambassador. If you've enjoyed preparing fresh from Florida recipes, then you're going to love the Fresh from Florida Club. As a member, you'll be able to search and save delicious recipes, create custom menus, and ask me your cooking questions. Each month, you'll also get a list of what's in season, so you can make your family the freshest meals possible. It's free and easy to sign up. And best of all, you'll be supporting Florida's farmers, ranchers, and fishermen. Join the club at freshfromflorida.com today.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman. Instead of talking about how great my law firm is, let's talk about autism awareness. In Central Florida alone, there are thousands of children on the autism spectrum, including my son, Jacob. I'm not asking for a donation, but just a couple seconds of kindness when you see one of our children out in public. It will make a huge difference. If you want or need any information concerning the autism community, contact me at jeff@whenyouneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
One more rep. You got it.
10.
Nice work. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I gotta tell you, taking Nugenix Total T makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix, that's the testosterone booster TV ads with Frank Thomas, the big hurt, right?
Yes, the key ingredient is Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles to people?
Yes, Nugenix is a great way to feel stronger and leaner with more energy. And as Frank says, she'll like it too.
I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
Just send a text. Text BELT to 231231 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text BELT to 231231. That's BELT to 231231. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Feel the Del Air difference. Let Del Air help you declare energy independence with a new AC system for up to 50% savings on energy bills. Call or visit delair.com to book your free estimate and start saving with summer rebates, specials, and interest-free financing.
Join us for our iHeartRadio album release party with John Bon Jovi. Celebrating the launch of Bon Jovi's new album, Forever, presented by Hulu. You'll hear all about the new album.
Legendary.
As part of an exclusive interview.
That's the magic of songwriting. I literally was staring out the window. I was like, oh, there it is. That's the magic. When it happens, you don't know where it comes from or why.
Watch on iHeartRadio's YouTube channel, Friday night at 7.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. Thank you again, Fritz, for hanging out with us. We love you. We appreciate you.
Always a pleasure.
And
thank you.
We always look forward to Wednesdays, even when we don't win, or at least in my case, I'll stand for that. Now we're ticking down time-wise, so let's get into things here. And in fact, let's start out with the final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Who knows? We got like less than 6 minutes, so maybe 2, 3. It's down to this. Here's Ball Death Dealer with a dispatch.
Hey, News Junkie.
Hey.
So Fritz talking about vegan cuisine. Remind me how when we used to sword fight over in College Park, we would always go over to Ollie's afterwards.
Yeah.
And there was the server there, and we would always talk about food. And she was vegan, so one day I decided to learn how to make vegan steam buns. I've always made steam buns
Sounds like
before,
a sex move.
but never vegan.
Does
and I made it with a green jackfruit filling, but with some smoked flavoring and all that. And she loved them. Everyone else loved them. I would make them on occasion, enough for the club and all the staff there, the serve staff. So, yeah, should give it a try sometime. Anyways, later.
Thank you.
Anything
Appreciate
jackfruit is always tasty.
Isn't jackfruit the stuff that can kind of look like shredded meat?
Pulled pork.
Yeah.
Pulled pork.
Really,
it's pretty crazy.
Really, really good. All you got to do is get your favorite barbecue sauce and then saute it. Cook it up.
It's wild. Visually, it looks very, very similar to that pulled pork when they do it that way.
A lot of
You know
protein,
what's
too.
so good? A cheeseburger.
Yeah, actual pork.
Yeah.
There's that.
It's true. Last one. Here's Not Your Average Joe talking about the mute rapper.
What's up, y'all? Happy today. Hello, Sean, Sabrina, C-Lane, and Mr. Fritz. Always good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Man, when I was listening to that mute rapper, the first thing that came to my mind was that Yoko Ono playing with John Lennon.
Yeah, we heard that already. I'm sorry. There's another mute rapper too thing, but we don't have time to get to it. We got to get the hell out of here.
Wow.
It's time
He only
now.
plays one dispatch and replays the other dispatch.
Okay, hang on. I'll play it. Here's Twink Let It.
Hey, at least the one good
Thought it was
thing
a mute.
about that mute rap is that you didn't have to worry about putting your finger over the dump button. Or was there a curse word? I don't know. Thank you. Twink Let It out.
Thank you. You're not wrong about that. Let's see what we got here.
It would be really funny if they released an all explicit album.
Just parental advisory, explicit lyrics. You just can't determine which are which in here. In the stories that did make the cut, Elon Musk is bringing a video-only feed to X in a bid to be like everybody else. Because now we have this on Facebook, we have this on Instagram, we have this on TikTok, we have this on YouTube. Everybody has the video-only little Reels feed that they have. Apple is declaring one of its popular iPhones now obsolete. iPhone 5 RIP, friend. Just like that. And for us, well, it's time for us to get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Alicia on YouTube says, just got my shirt. It looks awesome. Thank you, Alicia. Glad everybody's getting their shirts today. Those of you who haven't, be patient. They're all out, so everybody will get theirs by the end of the week at the very least. If you don't get yours by Friday, email me on Monday or something, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Let's see if anybody knows this. Today I Learned for Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. This guy right here. Howie Day? Ryan That's right, Ryan Cabrera. Howie Day is very close, though. He has a song that sounds just like this.
I went One Republic.
Ryan Cabrera was a member of a boy band before his short-lived solo career.
Seventh grade me knows that.
A group called Rubik's Groove.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I like that name.
You like that?
I think it's
Rubik's Groove?
I think it's a better name for a jam band than a boy band, but I still like the name.
Rubik's Groove, before pursuing his solo career, sold over 2 million copies, mostly just known for that On the Way Down or True, and his third single, 40 Kinds of Sadness, which sounds a little miserable. So they learned dinner, the big meal, used to be around midday in the day, so that artificial light wasn't needed to eat. Then they invented supper, which was an evening snack. Then dinner moved later in the day during the 18th century, and so a new meal was needed to bridge the gap. Enter lunch.
And obesity in America.
That's how lunch was born, and now a bunch of fatties out there. Today, learn Irish is an endangered language. There are less than 80,000 native speakers of Irish left.
Oh, Gaelic?
You mean Gaelic?
This says Irish. Gaelic is similar, but it is not Irish.
Yeah,
The Irish is a different one. So there's two different ones that kind of get conflated there, and maybe that shows you just how dead it is. And finally, today learn this band right here.
Hoobastank.
Hoobastank.
Oh my God!
Is correct. Hey, this is definitely butt rock, right?
Yes. I didn't peg Celine for a hooba head, but there we are.
Yes. Today, the band Hoobastank originally began their music career as an experimental ska punk band.
Pick it up, pick it up.
They were who boo stank. Then they said, let's change it up. All right.
Thank God.
Drop the. And who boo stank was born just like that. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Get all the podcast links right there. And guess what, everybody? We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you tomorrow.